Hi guys.
Hi.
Just chatting streams are still weird, but we're talking about anime tonight.
Yeah.
Because she wanted a list, and I thought we'd do that. I spent some more time fussing with the background, and most of it is going to be covered by our bodies, but it's there.
Put a bunch of work in, and nobody gets to see.
Well, you know, there's like certain angles and stuff, and like you'll see more on the sides, like when I'm doing a solo version with just like the chair in the middle. But like,
when I'm not taking
like
up all
more
the
important
screen.
that they see us, and then also what is like on screen, and then I have like a thing for that too. Because the anniversary stream, I was so by the seat of my pants that I didn't like have any of that ready, so I just fucking threw it on screen and then like moved sources around. So that was really scuff.
Yeah, but I love that we can see your bedroom. It's kind of cool.
Yeah, I want to do a better version of that in general. Right now it's really, really basic in Unity, and then I like photoshopped a bunch of shit in.
What am I seeing behind your head? Do you have like keyblades?
There's keyblades. There's a Majora's Mask over there.
Yeah. Do we need to get these things for you?
I mean, I'd have thought
Keyblades and a Majora's Mask?
I thought it would be fun to have those in my room, yeah, but like money, you know?
Yeah.
It's just one more thing to spend money on.
Yeah.
Yeah, bye-bye, Aloe.
Hello.
Have a nice sleepy.
Love you. Mwah.
Yeah. What time? I'm sure you should fucking be way asleep by now, but you're sweet to say hi.
Yeah, it was very sweet because I miss you.
Yeah, hi everybody. Hi Blue, hi Crimson.
Hi, Crimson. I have very little, like, because I can't see up there.
Well, you can just read it on your phone.
I can see a little bit up there. I wish you could make the font bigger for me. Yeah, my phone, it doesn't work well for showing much of the chat.
Okay, hand it to me.
For some reason.
So I can lock it so it won't rotate, and then we should be able to
There's no way to maximize the chat part of it. I don't need
Oh, you know what? I think we've done this before. You have your text fucking set so big that like the title
Oh, we can set my text a little bit smaller. Temporarily anyway.
Yeah. What? Stop. Which I don't know.
Okay, that's all right. I'll deal.
I am.
Hey, Em.
Yeah, there really should be a better way to do this.
Dinner was good.
Yeah, I haven't eaten anything yet. I'll eat later.
Joe hasn't eaten yet.
I was busy, and then also my appetite is like maybe a little bit weird.
Even my white bread hubby liked it.
Yeah,
he really liked it. Even the spicy cucumbers he liked.
Yeah.
So that was surprising.
Okay, so let me swap us over. We're talking anime.
Very cool.
And so what we're gonna do is we're just gonna go through my AniList profile where I meticulously track everything. Not down to literally the episode I've watched, but other than that, pretty much. And then, I don't know, we'll just fucking talk about that with you guys, and then when she's like, oh yeah, I've seen that, then I'll like put that on a list, and then I'll make a profile for her later. So that'll be good. And I don't know, it just as a fucking general thing, it's a just chatting stream, so if you guys want to fucking bring up whatever, go nuts, you know? I don't want to be like too restrictive. Oh, I'm fine. Like,
yeah, he's just not hungry yet.
Also, this isn't gonna be one of my like till 2 a.m. streams because she doesn't have the stamina for that. So I'll get done and eat probably before I'm usually done streaming.
I have to get up at 6 every day for work. And frequently work until 10 o'clock at night just because we're so overloaded.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's my life.
Okay, so up at the top we have things that we're currently watching. A couple that technically we haven't started, but they're like on my short list, so they're there as well. Attack on Titan, which is really, really good. You said you watched part of season 1.
I've seen parts of Attack on Titan, but I've
feel
never
like
seen the whole. And I think I watched several episodes in a row for a while with you while you were watching it.
Yeah, so I think what happened is like, I think I watched like the end of season 1 with John.
I started watching it when you were watching with John. I remember the three of us watching together. Yeah.
So you got to see part of season 1, and now I think we're in season 5. You can see they're doing the stupid shit where they're like, it's the final season, part 2. Which I just read something today. I guess that's because, and maybe this is different in Japan, but at least like here in America with like Netflix and shit, if you market it as like a season in 2 parts, then you don't have to fucking like pay people as much or something. So that's just a way for them to screw over like the animators and stuff.
Oh, the animators and probably the voice actors too.
Yeah. So it started out really good. There was like a little bit in the middle where it was kind of boring, and now it's really good again. So everybody should watch that.
Okay. Good to know.
And Crimson, I still think that's insane that you're doing like 10 albums, but go for it.
Albums of what?
Music. I don't know how big that is or how many tracks and
like
any of that, but
making albums.
Yeah.
Wow.
Music.
Wow.
Okay, and then Boruto.
I literally cannot see the whole chat. This is just.
I know.
I can't scroll up in it because then there's more messages below covers it up.
Let's pause. Find your text settings. I don't know where that is.
I'm sure it's somewhere in settings.
It's like, well, obviously, mother. I think it's like under accessibility. Yeah. Settings, accessibility, display and text size.
Display and text size. Larger text is off. Bold is off.
Let me see. I want to compare. My parents both do this. They have...
I think my husband talked me into making my font bigger.
Maybe.
But I think my font...
Yeah, see, it didn't... You have it like jacked all the way up and mine's halfway.
You know what? That was from reading books. That's why. Because otherwise, when I was reading books, the font in a page was so tiny. That's
sure.
why. That's why it is. It's specifically for books. And now that I have the iPad, it doesn't matter.
Yeah, because you don't do any reading on here anymore.
No, I very rarely read on my phone. Almost all.
There we go. Now you have a pretty large chat window.
Oh, thank you. That's beautiful.
Yeah.
I appreciate it.
Yep.
Okay.
Okay. So Boruto, the sequel to the popular anime.
But then, yeah, the minute I touch it, it goes to that. Oh, there we go.
Right, so just don't touch it.
That's better.
Or after you type something, if you do, which really you shouldn't, but if you do, then you just tap the blank area again. Just stop fiddling. Just leave it.
I just want to see what some of that was.
Anyway, Boruto, the sequel to the popular anime, Boruto's Dad. Also good. A lot of filler. Still fun, though. I don't know how long I want to go on each of these either, because if I fucking go all the way down, my list is like massive. But if you guys want to like, you mom or Chad, if you guys want to like linger on one longer, and we can do that. We can talk about it. Digimon Ghost Game. That's one of the ones that's on the short list that we haven't started because we finished the 2020 remake of the original not that long ago. Yeah. Which kind of sucked. Like, some of the action was better, but there was no fucking character development, and that was the whole point of it. I know. That's like why it's better than Pokemon, because they actually fucking develop the characters and they deal with like complex emotional issues. Yep. And stuff like that.
Yeah, the original show was, I thought, really, really a lot better than the remake.
I don't know when you would have seen that though, because you only would have seen that
when you were a child watching it.
Right, but that would have been like right after I had gotten you out of like the anime from Japan is like the work of the devil phase.
I don't know, but you were watching it, and I quite often watched what my children were watching.
Okay.
I would join you.
I don't remember that.
Yeah.
One Piece at fucking like 1,010 episodes now. Also very good. Lot of fucking good emotional stuff. I don't know when you'd ever have the time, but you should watch One Piece.
Oh my god, I'd never catch up on that.
What is I want to math this out. So.
I've watched random episodes of One Piece over the years, but I've never consistently watched it.
It's 3 episodes to an hour, so that's somewhere around 333 hours, which is like 14 days.
Yeah, but
that doesn't seem that long, but it is.
I don't think I could binge watch all of One Piece at one. I'd get no.
Well, I mean,
it's not like I could do that with Food Wars.
Yeah.
I could do that with.
I did do that basically
Demon
with One
Slayer.
Piece. Like I would keep up with some of the regular stuff, but I basically started and then.
Yeah, there are some of them that I could literally just watch it 24/7 until it's done.
Yeah. But
quite often it's the artwork and then the characters that I'm so drawn into. Those ones I can really
Yeah, Crimson, I bet many albums would be a lot more manageable for you. And Food Wars is amazing, and we will for sure get to that later. That's one of both of our favorites.
Oh, yeah. We can spend a whole night talking about Food Wars.
Pokemon also is somewhere over 1,000 episodes. I don't know how many, because they segment it like more into seasons.
Yeah.
And I still wish they'd fucking do like just an adaptation of the manga, but it's still good. Journeys has been pretty good.
Yeah, Pokemon, I've never watched on the regular, but I've seen it for years, ever since you were a kid. So.
I'm still so nostalgic for the Gen 1 stuff too. Like, that's something I'd want to like go back with Aloe and like expose him to.
Yeah.
Yeah, Crimson, Food Wars, you're in for a good time with that. But if you just started, you already get the idea, right? Because they do the fucking like peanut butter octopus shit in the first 5 minutes where they're all like,
Yeah, I love it. But the characters are so much fun, and the personality.
They're all hot too.
And they're all
hot. The woman who draws it, I don't know her name. I should, but I never know anyone's name. She did actual hentai before Food Wars, and so that's how
clearly
that
she's got
influence
talent.
like ended up in there. And then Scarlet Nexus, which turned out to be a very underwhelming video game. I think we'll enjoy better in anime form, and we watched like 3 episodes of that, and then I was like, wait, we should stop so I can play it.
Yeah, he didn't want spoilers.
And then we have to pick it back up now.
Yeah, that'll be good.
Dragon Ball Super Dragon Ball Heroes is kind of fucking garbage. Normally I love Dragon Ball, but this isn't like a proper anime. These are like little 10-minute mini episodes that are like to promo some game they have where you like build a team of people and fight. So it's like pulling from all fucking corners of the universe, like beyond what's in the show, and that's kind of confusing because they just assume you know everything.
Yeah.
And then
it's
they also,
Dragon Ball, so I have no interest.
They release like monthly, and it's like I don't know. Some of the arcs I've tuned in and I've been like, what the fuck is happening? I don't remember what the fuck is happening. So it's like very disorienting and weird. And yeah, Dragon Ball is one of the few things that she doesn't like because it's just like screaming.
Well, and I also think when was Dragon Ball? When did it come out?
When I was a kid.
The show.
When I was a kid, you guys didn't watch it. That was one of the shows that you didn't want me watching it when I was a kid because it was like violent.
But cartoons, that era of cartoons were pretty much as far as I was concerned.
But it's anime. That's not the same thing.
But it's the same style as many of like the cartoons that kids were watching at that time.
No, I disagree.
I feel like it was.
I disagree.
And that whole era of cartoons, I'm just like, why do people have any interest in this? And I think I just carried over that bad taste. Plus,
Maybe.
just all the screaming. It's just.
I mean, I know that like I feel like you're talking about
me.
like Cartoon Network shows, like Billy and Mandy or shit like that.
No, that's different. Those are different.
What shows are you thinking of then?
I don't know, probably even completely different era, but I'm thinking like He-Man and She-Ra, and I hated that too.
No. Well, original Dragon Ball.
Feel.
Original Dragon Ball is maybe a little bit closer to those, but those are like fucking 80s shows.
Bad cartoons. The cartoons that were produced then were just garbage. So sorry for kids that grew up watching that, and that's your nostalgic.
Yeah, you know, all the 80s kids in my chat.
But yeah, that's true. You know, anybody was into that. I thought it was very poor cartoon. Very poor.
Well, because essentially, yes.
I didn't like the artwork.
It was extended
like the drama style.
It was extended marketing for toys.
It was, yes.
Literally.
It really was. Yeah. Bad cartoon. Give me a good old fashioned Roadrunner anytime.
I also don't like old Looney Tunes and Tom and Jerry and stuff that much either.
I like Tom and Jerry.
This came up in conversation with Kiki recently, and she was like more into that, and I was always like so fucking bored when that would come on when we were watching TV.
Never really enjoyed Mickey Mouse though. That was boring. Popeye, I liked Popeye.
I now enjoy Disney more because of Kingdom Hearts.
Yeah.
Wait, Ploof, which one? Which thing? Tom and Jerry, the other thing?
Yeah, which one are you saying it's so good, Joe?
What was the other thing? Looney Tunes. No, don't say yes. You have to actually say words.
Say which one it is.
With the delay, I can't tell what you mean unless you actually say words. All of it? I don't know. It just, like, they're classics, obviously, but they just don't do anything for me.
Yeah, I much prefer anime, though. God, if we had this kind of anime when you were kids, I probably would have been addicted.
We did. Like, Dragon Ball, Pokemon Naruto, Inuyasha, Yu Yu Hakusho. There's like plenty of old. Like I've gone back and watched anime that I didn't watch that were like of that era, and I'm like, oh, this feels so good because there's some of like art style, sound effects, qualities that remind me of like Gen 1 Pokemon, and so it like feels like home to me.
I enjoy Gen 1 Pokemon, and I loved all the Pokemon movies.
Yeah, the Pokemon movies are always so fucking great to look at. They're just an orgasm
Pokemon
for your eyes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, you know me, I'm all about orgasm for the eyes. That's
Yeah, you know Mom, all about orgasms.
all about orgasm.
Okay, Yashahime, sequel to Inuyasha. It's fine. It's like mid-tier. It's good. I've had stints where I've like really enjoyed it, but I don't know. It doesn't like stand out compared to other stuff.
Yeah, I was gonna ask you, Yashahime, because it looked familiar.
Yeah.
And I don't think I really watched either.
No, because Inuyasha is another one that I watched like at night recently.
Yeah.
It's
and I
weird.
recognize the artwork.
It's weird. It's like shonen action and then also like shoujo romance.
Okay, what's shoujo? Because I don't.
Girl anime. You know, shonen is like beat 'em up, shoot laser beams, scream. Shoujo is like, oh, he's so cute, I want to marry him.
Oh, okay, yeah.
And so it's like a weird blend of the two of those that I haven't really
I could get
come
into
across. But I liked it a lot. And also, the whole show feels like filler, but it's not. I don't know. It's the pacing is kind of weird.
It's got to have a good storyline to really hold me. And, you know.
Yeah.
Once they develop
it helps that the main
characters-
character is a dog boy. So, you know.
Cute dog boy.
Yeah.
Is he as cute as the dog boy from, what's the game? Genshin.
No, because he's not a bottom.
Dog boy from Genshin.
He's the top. He's like, do you know Kiba from Naruto? The guy with the dog? No. Okay, they're both tops.
Okay. Well, see, and I like tops and bottoms, so I'm okay with that. But
Yeah, I like Goro's interesting because part of the appeal of a dog boy to me is like the whole like animal, just like I'm gonna push you up against the wall and fuck you kind of thing.
that could be very.
Which that's not Goro's vibe at all. But I don't know, he's just cute and a dog boy, and he's not aggressive, but he's still cute. And then Yu-Gi-Oh! 7s, which also is kind of stupid because they're catering to fucking kids. They made the whole cast elementary schoolers, and it's weird.
Yeah.
There's a specific.
Well, it's nice to capture the kids and just let them grow up on.
No,
anime.
but like, who cares?
At the same time,
Who cares? Kids want to be like cool adults anyway.
Yeah.
So just do cool adults so that the adults and the kids can like the characters.
Although I gotta tell you, sometimes watching children's cartoons or children's movies and catching all the stuff that's adult humor that the children would just go whoop, right over the children's heads and the parents are dying. It's good.
There's one character in there who is a mother to one of the elementary school students who herself looks like an elementary school student, and that's weird. Like, she's not over-sexualized or anything, but it's still just weird, and I don't really like it.
That's funny.
And that's what I'm watching currently, and then we have the completed stuff.
Yeah, I don't know 11 Eyes, but it looks interesting. Is it
Yeah,
good?
so 11 Eyes is like, I don't know what the source material is, but there's like a game or something. There's like
artwork is clearly my style.
I guess. I don't know. I feel like that doesn't tell you much. It just looks like anime characters.
Yeah.
They have like powers and they fight some demon people or something. I feel like it didn't like fully wrap up in a way that made sense. I don't know. I don't remember it that well.
Okay.
It was kind of cool though. It had like a darkish vibe.
I like a darkish vibe. I like when they've got powers, and I like fighting demons, so all good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Adult jokes are definitely there to make it like more tolerable.
Yeah,
for parents.
like when they've got the adult jokes and
I
things
wish
like,
I could remember.
in Disney movies.
I think today I just like heard something. It was like something where like a female character was called Snatch or something. And I can't for the life of me remember now what this is from, but I was like, oh, there you go. There's an example.
a perfect example. Yeah.
The next one is exactly the same fucking thing. C Control, The Money of Soul and Possibility, which is a fucking unwieldy title.
Yeah.
That one didn't even have like source material, but it also didn't end in a way that made sense. So I don't know what happened. I don't know if it didn't get picked up or something.
Maybe they dropped it before it was really done.
I don't know. That another weird one. Vibe is kind of cool. It's fucking like dunking on capitalism. But yeah, it's weird.
Okay.
Certain Magical Index or Toaru Majutsu no Index. I watched the first season and enjoyed it, and then I made it partway through the next one and never finished. It's like people at like a school with powers, and then there's like other. I'm gonna describe half of these terribly. It's I don't know. It's a powers show. People have cool powers and they fight. That's the gist of it.
Okay.
I do want to go back and watch the rest of it at some point, but I'm at a point in my life where, you know, there's always a million things to watch.
Right.
A Ripple in Time is some fucking... She asked about this before stream. It's some fucking stupid Pokemon collab with an artist. That it has, like, these matte Pokemon statues with, like, decayed parts with, like, crystals inside. I don't get it. There was an anime short. I watched it. It was pretty dumb. Excel World is not dumb. Excel World is cool. I believe that's by the dude who does Sword Art Online.
Oh.
And
I might like it then.
People go into like VR and do robot battles.
Okay.
We'll get to Tokyo Ghoul. Tokyo Ghoul, the anime is kind of a mess. I haven't read the manga. And SAO, yeah. Agretsuko, which Mom hasn't seen. You've seen bits of it, I think, but not the whole thing. They took a Sanrio, the Hello Kitty brand, they took a Sanrio panda, red panda, and she does death metal and screams and hates her office job. It's really cute. It's adorable. You should watch it on Netflix. It's good.
Okay.
And there's like 4 seasons of that, and then like the original short version, which has like 100 little one-offs. There's comics now, so I'm enjoying those. They have Funko Pops.
Yeah.
And then Ajin, which is also really cool. Can I like...
Where's Ajin? I don't see. Oh, there's a
Scroll
whole
more
bunch of
slightly.
Agretsuko in a row there.
Yeah.
Got it. Okay.
Yeah, Ajin here and then into the next
Yep.
row. Ajin's another cool one. I don't
liked
know. I think there's a manga. I think it's still going.
Okay.
But the premise of this is that there's like people who like kind of like X-Men, like they're people but they're not. They're like different or like evolved or something.
Mm-hmm.
And so they can like I'm thinking of like the dude with like the shadow person. I don't remember if they all have that though.
I'm very vague now on the finer details, but I do remember enjoying it.
I think one of the main things is that they just like they don't fucking die and they're extra strong and stuff. And then like some of them who are like really strong can like summon a stand or something, which is a JoJo's thing.
Okay.
I need to make sure I'm writing this down by the way, but I think that Ajin is the first thing that you've watched on here that's like not in the upper bit.
Yeah, maybe.
So I don't know. As far as I know, the anime is like done. They're not doing more, but
Okay.
I wish they would, and I'd like to read the manga. Akira, that's like a super, super classic anime movie. I couldn't tell you when it's from because I don't know anything, but it's old.
Oh, yeah. I
It
don't
like
know that one.
it's like prolific. Like it like set standards and blah 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 things like that. I watched that with Danny. It's really good. Y'all should check that out. I don't even know how to describe it without like giving away the plot, so just watch it. Like, you know, it doesn't matter, just watch it. Like, I don't need to sell you on it. Angel Beats, which you said you watched part of.
Yeah, I liked Angel Beats.
Angel Beats is super fucking heavy emotionally.
Yeah.
It's like kids in limbo dealing with like their unfinished business. And there's also like an in-universe band with a bunch of really fucking awesome music, and you can like listen to all of that because that like exists outside of the show.
Oh, fun.
Yeah, like you'll cry, but also watch it.
Yeah. It's a good cry.
I don't know the titling on these affects where they are, so we're gonna talk about Blue Exorcist later when we get to like the main bit.
Okay.
Hi EA, welcome. We're just talking anime.
Hi EA.
And now we're at Attack on Titan proper. So there's like all the seasons and some OVAs and stuff. We kind of talked about that before, but y'all should watch that. I don't know. I don't really have more to say. I guess the one thing that I'll maybe mention specifically is one of the spin-offs is Attack on Titan Junior High, where they're all chibis in high school, and it has like very little bearing on fucking anything, but it's kind of funny. There's like a whole bit about Eren liking Hamburg steak and everybody makes fun of him for it, which I don't get. I guess that's a cultural thing. Batman Ninja. That was a cool one. You remember that? It was just like a one-off movie. No?
I don't remember.
I watched that with you, but you don't remember it.
Did I watch it?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Batman Ninja?
Yeah. It's like, I think it's actual Batman that no, like within the past couple of years. I don't remember the exact plot, but I think like normal Batman gets like transported into the past, but also like all the villains and other characters are there too.
Yes, now I remember it. Like into
like
samurai type Japan.
Like Edo period Japan.
Yes, now
and so
I remember.
there's all of these like Edo designed versions of, you know, the Batman heroes and villains. I really don't remember the plot other than like
all the Edo stuff we saw in the museum in Tokyo.
Yeah.
That was so cool.
Yeah, Japan's neat.
Yeah. I could live there.
Yeah, feudal would be probably a more palatable way of saying that if people don't know like what the Edo period is specifically. Also, I don't know it's Edo. That's kind of just like become a buzzword for me for like old times Japan, and it maybe isn't always accurate.
It was the period of time though when there were the samurai. And, yeah.
EA says hi.
It was cool. Hey EA. I did say hi to EA.
And then Bayonetta Bloody Fate, which is just an anime movie adaptation of the first game.
Yeah, and I don't know if I've seen the anime or I've seen you playing the game.
That one,
but
we
I've
did
seen
watch
Bayonetta. I did or did not?
Yes, we watched the movie together.
Okay.
Like it's good. I don't know that you need, like, you know, I fucking like sucking every little bit of juice out of things. So I played the game and watched it. I don't know that you need to do both, but you certainly could. And if the game isn't to your taste, then like you can absorb that content this way. And then Beastars,
I love Beastars.
Beastars is okay. I'm not as wet on it as everybody else. I like it a lot. But well, I guess I don't know.
I feel like the characters are well developed in this, so this is probably why I love it.
It's like a B+ or something for me.
Yeah.
Also, like, I don't know. I don't know that I love the anime style. Like,
no.
Part of me wishes it were like, instead of like very animals on people bodies, I wish it was like the kind of furries that I can get into.
Yeah. Yeah, I definitely was not attracted to the art style, but I was attracted to the story and the characters.
Yeah. Fucking bots.
And usually the art style is huge.
I banned by followers, and now we're getting a different follower message that's cringe.
That Xenu or whatever it is.
Yeah, let me try to get that. There we go. Okay. Hi, Zerg. Yeah. Anyway.
Hi, Zerg.
You know, I enjoyed some furry content from time to time, but it's more like people with like animal features grafted onto them,
like Catboys,
at like different levels. You know, sometimes they have more like animalish snouts or something, but they're still, I don't know, they're still better.
Yeah.
And I can like enjoy that in a sexual manner. Beastars not so much.
Yeah. I get you. Yeah, there definitely wasn't any sexual draw.
Ironically, it's a very
characters.
Sexual show.
I know.
But it's not the kind of furries that I'm into.
The story is very sexual, yes, but yeah, no, it didn't draw me that way at all. Whereas a lot of the other ones I can be like, yeah, I did that. But didn't feel that way about Beastars.
Yeah. I guarantee though that they're like people do.
Oh, sure, I'm sure they do.
Yeah,
it probably appeals very much
a lot of
to
people
real
do.
furries.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then Black Butler.
Which, you know,
Yeah.
Black Butler. That,
Sebastian set the template for Mama's type.
yeah, Sebastian was my first anime love.
And either with Kiki or I, you have watched all of that.
Uh-huh.
We're still waiting on more. I think.
I'm hoping there's more because I could watch Black Butler. Black Butler is one that I could just watch episode after episode after episode after episode.
Yeah, I think Book of Atlantic was the most recent, and then there's like been 1 or 2 arcs in the manga since then.
Yeah, I hope they come out with
And yeah, season two was just like filler, so that's why it's not good.
Yeah, Zerg, you're just realizing this?
Yeah, Mama's a huge weeb.
I'm a huge weeb. My son raised me right.
Yeah. And then another one of your favorites after Black Butler, Black Clover.
Yeah, see, Ploof gets it. Prim, proper, and demonic. Yeah. Yeah.
I could
He's
see Sebastian
elegant.
for you, Ploof, yeah.
He's elegant, and he's a naughty boy. And I love him. So, yeah.
Hi, Tig. Welcome.
Hey, Tig.
Like, I find a lot of time that anime is like pizza, right? Like, even when it's bad, it's still kind of good.
Yeah.
And so it's not like season 2 is garbage, but obviously it wasn't up to snuff. Black Clover's also been really good.
Adore Black Clover.
It's a little power of friendship-y sometimes.
Which is okay for me.
No, but I don't know. Like Fairy Tail, we'll get to that later. Fairy Tail is like really guilty of this. Like, fights are never won through like satisfying means. They're just won because someone yelled loud enough and friendshiped enough. Versus like Naruto, which I know isn't perfect, but at least they make an effort to be like, actually you thought this was happening, but turns out like I had a plan and so now you're fucked. And you know, so like someone wins with like tactics or something.
Okay.
Black Clover's better than Fairy Tail, but it's still kind of power friendship-y.
But see, both of those are way high on my list.
Yeah, I know.
Both Black Clover and Fairy Tail.
Well, and the characters I think are very similar in that they're sometimes rather one note and very bombastic, but I think that those like big personalities attract you to them. Mm-hmm. And that, not that that's even like, that sounds like I'm dunking on it more than I am. That's
no,
just kind of a style.
Those. You enjoyed those a lot too. So.
They finished the anime for now. There's like a movie that's happening, and then hopefully they'll do more anime later.
Yeah.
They got close enough to the manga that I think they needed to just stop. It was one of the ones that was running weekly. They should just fucking put it seasonal like everything else. There's no reason not to see an anime all the way through these days.
Yeah.
Crimson, why did you change your color? Or did you even? Yeah, no, you became pink.
Well, wait, and did Crimson do that?
Yeah.
How does Crimson have the power to do that?
You can do that anytime.
I can change my own color?
Yes.
I like lime green, it works.
You're fine. And then after Black Clover is a bunch of Bleach. And
I've seen
I tried to get you to watch. I think you guys got like a little bit into the first season at one point. Like we sat down and watched it.
I should watch that sometime.
Yeah, Bleach is really good.
I would like Bleach because,
They
again, the
didn't
characters are well developed.
They didn't do the last arc, but that's coming back, I think, this year. Although that's even kind of a mess because the manga like ended weirdly because the dude like hurt his hand or something.
Oh, weird.
Yeah.
It's bad.
So there's a bunch of that and then anime movies and stuff, but Bleach is real good. Ichigo's hot. This, I don't know, end of thought. Ichigo's hot. That was like one of the first ones I watched.
That was one of Joe's first anime crushes. Am I right?
Yeah. I mean, it would just be the protagonist of those early shows. So
and
like
Ichigo is clearly your type also.
Ichigo, Naruto, Kiba, Ed to some degree from Full Metal.
Yeah.
Yeah, to detour slightly, my like journey into anime, like I watched Pokemon and Digimon as a kid, didn't really have a concept of what anime was. And then in middle school, My girlfriends were like, hey, Naruto's Pog. Sasuke's cute. His hair looks like a duck butt. And then I watched it. And then that was like the gateway. Like Amber and Lizzie.
Amber and Lizzie. Okay.
Yeah. Okay, and now we're at Blue Exorcist, which is also really good.
And I don't think I saw the beginning of Blue Exorcist. I came into it at some point and then watched the rest of it with you. But I
probably
don't think I've seen it from the beginning, and it would be one I would revisit and maybe watch from the beginning.
Yeah, the Kyoto Saga was the most recent thing, which is several years ago now. I don't know what they're doing. It's still, I think, pretty popular, so I doubt they're done, but I guess they're just dragging their heels.
Yeah, well,
I think the manga, maybe it's back. It either was or is on a hiatus, but it didn't like fully stop or anything, unlike fucking Hunter x Hunter, which has been on hiatus for like 2 years or something. So that's good. Y'all should watch that.
Yeah, that's a good one.
BNA, which stands for Brand New Animal, is by Studio Trigger, who has done stuff that you would know, like Gurren Lagann, Little Witch Academia, Promare, I don't know how you say that, the firefighter one.
BNA, did I see part of that or all of it?
We watched that, yes. That's where the girl gets like turned into a tanuki person.
Oh,
and then she goes to like the animal city district and like she's like, hey, they're people too. And then the government is like, hey, no, they're not.
Yeah. It's a real lesson in
like tolerance and acceptance and prejudice and stuff. Yeah. I agree with Plouf. It's okay. Like, art style is great, message is good. It's not the best. It's like mid-tier.
It was cute. I enjoyed it. But yeah, I given the choice between that and some of the others, I'd probably watch some of the others.
I think maybe part of it is that they crammed a lot into like 12 episodes. Yeah,
they could have developed it more and drawn it out more. Yeah, I agree. They could have done that better. And some of the things did feel kind of rushed.
Yeah. There's a couple My Hero anime movies up here, but I'll save that for like the main thing later. My Hero. Yeah. Boruto stuff here as well, like spin-offs and things. We already talked about that. Got into tabletop Warhammer 40k, and now I'm in crippling credit card debt. Yeah, I think those like miniature games can eat up money, can't they?
Yikes.
That's another reason that I'd love to do D&D stuff like digitally. I know. You're still on my short list. I want to have you involved when I do that. There's a short anime thing for Final Fantasy 15 here, which is like kind of a prologue of some description. It kind of jumps around in like the chronology, but I remember they're fighting some stuff at one point. There's like Prompto's backstory about being like a chubby kid and then like getting hot for Noctis, which is totally not gay at all. It's fine if you really like Final Fantasy 15 or Final Fantasy in general. You know, you can watch it, but it's not ultimately necessary. Burn the Witch.
I remember that.
That was really cool. That's by the Bleach guy, Tite Kubo. I actually fucking know his name for once. And I don't know what's going on with this. It's like, it feels like it could be a whole fucking franchise, but he did like a couple manga chapters that then adapted into anime, and then nothing else has happened. So I hope they do more, because it is really cool.
I do remember that, don't I?
Yeah, we watched that. That's where they're like flying around on the dragons and fighting dragons. And then the name, like fucking minor spoilers, the name does this thing where you look at the logo and then they like highlight certain parts and it like spells Bleach. And it's like, whoa, they're in the same universe. That probably doesn't matter at all. It certainly doesn't now, unless they flesh it out way more. Castle in the Sky, great Ghibli movie.
Oh yeah.
Y'all should watch Ghibli movies.
Anything Ghibli.
Some of the more recent ones we haven't watched because they look not quite as exciting, but that's not really a good excuse, and we should just do it at some point.
Yeah. Seriously, if it's got the Ghibli name on it, we have to at least give it a look.
Yep. the lastest one.
And if we ever get back to Japan, I do want to go to the Ghibli Museum.
Yeah, I know.
We have to plan ahead and get our reservation.
Both times when I went with Dad and with you, I think I tried to make that happen and it didn't happen.
Yeah.
What's the latest one, Ploof?
Well, flying by the seat of your pants on standby doesn't help.
Yeah. Did we watch Code Geass together?
Code Geass.
I think we did. That's like, there's like robot mechs, and then the main dude has like mind control powers when he like looks in somebody's eyes. I feel like we watched it together, but I'm not sure.
Show me some pictures from it or something. Here, I guess I can pull it up on my phone.
Earwig and the Witch. I recognize the name of that, but I don't. That's one of the ones we haven't watched. You know what? Yeah, we did watch that together. I remember watching that with you.
Okay.
Yeah. I don't know. Code Geass, I feel like it's decently big, but I only thought it was like okay-ish. Like it's probably one of the least interesting things I've watched. Cowboy Bebop, on the other hand, very good.
Oh yeah,
everybody should watch that.
Cowboy Bebop. Yeah, one of my friends from work recommended that.
Yeah,
and I think that's what kind of brought it up on our radar.
Yes and no, because like I always knew that it was like a big popular one.
Yeah, one of my friends told me it was really good, and so we watched it. And yeah,
sounds like the Netflix live action one was pretty shit, so that's unfortunate. Because I think it like fully got canceled after that first season.
That's too bad. It could have done better because it could have been amazing.
Yeah,
I feel like that's something they could do with live action, and it would work.
Right, because a lot of anime you can't.
You can't.
Right.
And that really you could have, and yeah, so somebody just
like fucking Beyblade live action movie coming in the future. I don't know that that's gonna be. I don't know that that's like a example of one that's poorly suited for live action. It probably is. Also, it's just gonna be stupid, and so that should be fun.
That should be fun, just because it's gonna be stupid.
Well, yeah, that I don't know. Like it's that's just like that's a meme.
Yeah.
Like how can you take that seriously? I watched it on Hulu, but my mom canceled, so I couldn't finish.
Oh,
that's a bummer. Yeah. I'm sure it's around, but you should definitely give it your time.
You should find it somehow.
And hello, Cody.
Oh, hi, Cody.
And then we're at Danganronpa.
Yeah, Danganronpa.
Danganronpa's... I thought it was good. Fans of the series apparently hated it because they didn't have enough time to do anything besides like the main bit. Kind of like what happened to the later Harry Potter movies, where they cut out a lot of just like the fucking day-to-day stuff. Oh. And then it's like all about like the main plot points.
Well, what do you mean? Like fans of the manga?
No, like the games, because it's like a visual novel.
Games.
So like between the trials and stuff, there's more character interaction.
Gotcha.
Largely that wasn't in the show, and so you didn't.
Yeah, sometimes I felt like the show skipped from one thing to the next, and you kind of for a minute were going like, what just happened?
Right.
There?
So they did they did like a couple like fucking one-off episodes or something for 2. Never fully did that animated, and then 3 anime is different than 3 game, because 3 anime wraps up like the story arc from the first 2.
Okay.
3 game is like, as far as I know, they just like pressed reset, and it still has like Monokuma, and it's the same premise, but it's like not connected.
Yeah.
I've been watching a lot of that. The past like year or so, the Game Grumps and ProZD have been playing through them, so I've been able to like experience the games properly that way. Because I don't really play visual novels.
I could get, on the other hand, into visual novels.
Yeah. So ProZD is working his way through 3 right now.
Danganronpa.
Yeah, the Grumps are doing 2. But it's cool. I don't know. It's like murder stuff is fun. Well, it is. Murder's fun, guys.
Murder's fun.
I also really like not like bottle episodes, but like the whole show. I don't know how you'd phrase that. Like Hunger Games originally, Sword Art originally, Maze Runner originally, Danganronpa, shit like that, where it's like people in like a weird fucking closed off situation where they have to like deal with hard circumstances and there's like some mystery. Whatever you'd call that, I like that. And Danganronpa's that. So if you like murder and the other thing I just babbled about, then you'll like Danganronpa.
And mystery and a thriller kind of, or
yeah. And then Darker Than Black, which you probably saw bits of, but not.
It looks semi-familiar,
not
but
like
it doesn't really bring. I can't.
That's another people with powers show.
Okay.
That's the TLDR. Something happened to like society, and then some people got powers, and then they're like ostracized.
Okay.
It's kind of got like
X-Men.
a gritty vibe, so it's pretty cool. I wish I could do it more justice, but I'd recommend that. That was like an earlier anime that I watched. Make sure I'm taking my notes for you.
Oh yeah.
Darling in the Franxx.
Yeah, I liked that.
I think that's maybe also by Trigger, but don't quote me on that. The premise of that is it's kind of like Pacific Rim.
A little bit, yeah.
Except that it has to be teens.
Mm-hmm.
They have to be a boy-girl pair.
Mm-hmm.
And the way that it works is the girl like syncs up with the mech, and then she like bends over and joysticks come out of like the armor on her butt. And then the guy pilots the mech with that. It's like kind of horny.
Yeah, it's kind of weird. That part of it is kind of weird.
But like just the fact that like I can say that sentence, like that's amazing. Like that's a stupid amazing thing for your show to have.
Yeah.
And then it like so it starts out with that premise. There's some like Monster of the Week kind of stuff, and then of course it goes like Gurren Lagann style, and like everything escalates. Which that makes me think it is Trigger, because it's almost just like an alternate Gurren Lagann, but like hornier. Dead Man Wonderland, that was another one that we watched.
Yep.
Way back in the day.
And again, I don't know if I saw that from the beginning or not, or if I came in.
If not, you saw most of it.
If I came
or I might have like watched
through.
it again with you or something.
And it was very bloody and it was very dark, but I liked it anyway.
Yeah, Dead Man Wonderland is like you go to fucking super jail and then you get blood powers.
You get blood
and
powers.
Everything sucks.
And you're basically like, it's like the old
It's like one of those
Roman gladiators. You're just forced to fight.
Well, but like I think you get like fucking shit off your sentence like as you continue to survive.
Yeah,
and
if you
win
live.
and shit.
If you live.
And of course, like nobody ever does.
Yeah, they always die.
It's really cool. I wish they had done more, but they didn't fully adapt the manga.
Yeah, and people would get thrown into prison for stupid shit too. Like
Well,
they would make up stuff to throw you in prison.
Yeah, right. So to clarify, it's not like you go to jail and then get blood powers. Shit happened to society again. Some people have blood powers, and so then they just fucking invent shit to get you into jail so that they can like experiment on you and stuff.
Yeah, see what they can do with you.
Yeah. Death Note, another good one.
Yep.
We watched the stupid live action one, and then I was like, I can't have this be Mama's conception of Death Note, so then we watched the original series, and it had been a bit for me, and it's a good show, so that's another great one if you love intrigue and stuff. Death Note's a fucking classic.
Intrigue,
Death Note's
that's a good
and everybody should
intrigue.
Watch it. One.
Or the other one too. Intrigue was it's a good word.
Yeah. Death Parade, meh, it's fine.
I don't remember. Did I see that or not?
Yeah, that was one with you. That's where the dude runs like a limbo bar, and people get sent there, and then they like, but like they don't have their memories, and then they like coax it out of them and get them to like. It depends. It's like a processing thing. So sometimes they're getting people to like confess to fucked up shit they've done, and then they like go to hell, or other times it's like by coaxing out the memories, they're like dealing with trauma or something, and then they like move on.
Yes, now I remember it.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's okay.
They kind of didn't realize they were dead when they first got there. Yeah.
Right, exactly, yeah. So it like that's one that it's not like required viewing for everybody, but
it was a good one.
If you're into any of that kind of vibe of what we just said, then you might like it.
they either kind of work through whatever and move on to a better place, or they end up being justifiably sent to hell.
Right. Yeah.
For what they did.
And then next up is Demon Slayer.
Yeah.
We just finished the Red
Slayer.
Light arc. Demon Slayer's real good. Everybody should watch Demon Slayer.
They cannot come out with new episodes fast enough for me, so it's going to be a bummer to have to wait for the next arc.
Yeah. Yeah. The train movie was like top 3, if not number 1, like highest grossing movies in Japan.
Yeah, it was a good movie.
So people really like it over there, and over here too, of course. Premise of that is kind of what it sounds like. You fight demons, but it's done well. Visuals are great, fights are great, characters are interesting.
Characters are
complex.
good, yeah. Yeah, I really love that. I highly recommend it.
Hello, Muffin. Yeah. OG Digimon's good. You could have done worse.
Yeah, good.
Like literally the new one, like I said earlier.
Yeah, the OG is much better. Much better.
Yeah, Crimson and Joy Food Wars. Yeah, see you later.
Oh, Crimson sounds like a great way to watch Food Wars.
Yeah, we would always
open a bottle of wine and watch Food Wars.
We would always watch that at dinner, which was like important because I couldn't watch that show on an empty stomach.
It makes you hungry.
Yeah.
It does. And, oh man, I would want to try some of those recipes.
I still really want to. Yeah.
Yeah, we have to look some of them up.
The one you remember
Bye, Crimson. See you later.
The Elite 10 girl with
enjoy the food gasms.
The Elite 10 girl with the purple hair and the bear, and she's like little and she does sweets and stuff. She did like rose water apple fucking little things. I really want to try those.
Yes.
Because you know I love apple, of course.
Yep. Rose water is really good in cooking.
Never had it, but it sounds like it would be good. And then Devil May Cry, that is one that I watched on my own. That's another just kind of like, it fucking ties in. If you like the source material, watch it. If not, you're not missing out, really.
Devil May Cry is a video game, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. I got into
that
like the year before streaming because 5 looked really fucking cool and had that one song that you've probably heard me play in the shower that's like kind of screamy.
Which one?
Like...
What are some of the words?
How does it go? Like, bam, bam, bam goes my devil trigger. I don't know. I'm not going to sing it because I can't sing, but it's cool. I'll maybe post it in Discord later. I think I have before.
Oh, yeah, if you guys haven't heard, I do enjoy when Joe's taking a shower because I can hear the music. And I always enjoy whatever he's playing when he's in the shower. Whether it's anime related or
it could really be anything.
Just some of the popular artists that he listens to.
My tastes
once
are
in a while
very
it's classical
verse.
Something.
If it's classical something, it's usually like from a video game.
From a video game or a movie,
Kingdom
but
Hearts
beautiful classical music sometimes.
Wait, are they doing an anime of Kingdom Hearts? Is that a real thing or am I making that up in my brain? I feel like they may be
peanut butter and squid.
Yeah, from the first episode
peanut butter
of Food Wars.
Squid.
Yeah. Because people are always like, oh, they should do an anime. Yeah, I think that's a real thing. Or no, that's the fanon wiki. I don't know. You guys can tell me if it's real. I don't trust my brain to know that as a thing.
I'm sure we'll be watching it if it's real.
Yeah. Well,
the major boner.
I sat her and Kiki down to like watch through like the cutscenes of Kingdom Hearts and like experience them that way.
He literally forced me to do that.
But you enjoyed it mostly.
Some of the time I did, and some of the time I'm like, oh my god, what am I?
We skipped through like the Disney stuff because it like doesn't matter to the plot.
Some of it, I'm just not getting it the way you get it, Joe. Just not doing it for me.
Devil Survivor 2 is one that we watched together.
That sounds familiar. Show me the image.
It's the top column, the white one. It's like a.
Oh yeah. Yes. I remember.
It's like in the like Persona extended universe, whereas it's like they're not connected, but they use like the same monsters between all of these games. So that one, it was like Kind of like Evangelion, which you haven't really watched, but it's like it's like, hey, these things are gonna like come fucking destroy everything. You gotta like summon monsters out of your cell phone and like fight them off. That's how they do it in that. You summon monsters out of your cell phone instead of like doing a persona. The only Nomura game that got an anime was Rollins with You. Yeah, we watched that too recently. Devilman Crybaby, we watched that together. You remember that? That's where the dude gets devil powers?
Yes.
And then he comes real hard all over his ceiling?
Yes.
That's my selling point. Watch him come all over his ceiling. It looks like someone fucking just like splooged goo all over the whole room because it's like giant.
Yeah. It's just everywhere.
It's like an extraordinary amount of cum.
Yep.
But it's fun. It's just kind of like it's a reboot of like a fucking 80s anime. Like speaking of,
it's
old
actually
stuff.
like you could have drowned in it.
Yes.
That much.
But also it's like thick. It's like it's like a spider like came in and like a giant spider like came in and like webbed everywhere because it's
very viscous.
Yeah. And then next is Digimon, and so there's a million entries here for all the movies and shows and stuff. We watched Digimon 2020. The other ones you've only caught bits and pieces.
That's okay.
Digimon Adventure, the OG, is really good. 2 is still pretty good because it's just kind of the same thing. 3 is also still pretty good. 4 is weird. That's the one where they turned into the Digimon, so you don't get like the good partner dynamics.
Oh, that's bizarre.
5 went back to having people in Digimon, but 5 was kind of underwhelming. 6 and 7 were Cross Wars is how I think you say it. They spell it Exros. They do that in Japan a lot. They have like X's and you say it cross or something. That one was like eh. And then they did the Digimon Adventure reboot and that kind of sucked. And then they did all the Digimon Tri movies, which also kind of sucked. Like, I don't know. They were just kind of fucking like, they were like edging you. They were like, hey, do you want like more Digimon content with like the original thing? And then it's like slice of life for 90% of it, and then nothing happens, and then it's like unsatisfying. And then they did like another movie after that in the same continuity that just like ends terribly and you feel bad. So I don't know what the point of that was. Kind of like Final Fantasy 13. They should have fucking left it alone because the new stuff wasn't good.
Oh man.
So and then there's Ghost Game, which we haven't watched yet, and then there's
Ghost Game.
Applemon somewhere in here, which was like kind of a Digimon spin-off where they were phone apps.
Oh, for God's sake.
What do you mean?
They're just trying to keep going on Digimon, so they're
kind of, yes.
Anything, and some of it's not that great.
Applemon wasn't the worst, but it wasn't the best either.
Okay.
I'm excited for the new games that are eventually going to happen. They're doing like another Digimon story game, and then Digimon Survive is eventually happening. There was that live stream recently where they talked about it that I didn't watch and just got like the SparkNotes version. It sounds like the people in charge want to just like keep doing cool stuff, but no one's fucking giving them like budget for anything.
Oh,
so that sucks.
Yeah.
Do it. Here's another long title. Do you love your mom and her 2-hit multi-target attacks? Do you remember that one?
Yep.
The dude gets like kind of isekai'd into an MMO, and then his mom goes with him.
And his mom goes along.
And then his mom is like OP and he isn't.
That's very funny.
Yeah, so it's
kind of a downer for him.
Yeah, the whole show, it was fun to watch with her because mom reasons. There's some stuff where they like get weirdly horny about the mom, and then he's like weird and blushy about it. Like they kind of ship them sometimes in a weird way.
Yeah, they do kind of ship the mom and the son, which is really weird.
Yeah, but it was a funny show.
It was a funny show. The mom is definitely a helicopter mom, though.
Yes. Well, right. That was the whole point. Is that 1, he's struggling with her being like better than him, and then 2, she's like overbearing, and they have to deal with that. And next is Dorohedoro. that was on Netflix. That's the one where the dude gets like a lizard head.
Oh yeah.
And there's mages and stuff.
Okay, I kind of remember that.
It's kind of like weird and gross, but it's interesting to watch. I think there's a manga or something. Hasn't been a second season yet, but as far as I know, more coming eventually. So y'all can keep an eye out for that. And again, it's on Netflix if you want to check it out. The Animal Crossing, like, one-off movie, I think we watched that together.
I don't recall that.
I think you and I and Kiki all watched that.
I don't recall that.
Because she likes Animal Crossing.
Yeah, you guys might have watched it. I don't remember it.
That's like GameCube era Animal Crossing. It's kind of cute. Again, it's a tie-in. If you like Animal Crossing, watch it. If you don't. Dr. Stone is fantastic.
Yep, love that.
More of that on the way.
Good.
Can't wait for that. I don't know when. I just know it's not done.
Yeah, good.
I think they've like officially announced a third season though.
Okay. Yeah, I really like that.
The premise for that one's really cool. Humanity gets like reset to the Stone Age for reasons that we don't yet know why. And then one of them is like a genius, and so he basically is like rebuilding civilization from scratch.
Yeah.
From like caveman level.
Like high school student genius.
Yes. Yeah, high school genius. Yeah. But like unrealistic high school genius though. Like he's in high school, but he's like the smartest person ever.
Oh,
basically.
but there are people that are like that in real life.
Sure, but just to clarify, like when we say high school genius, it's not like, oh, I graduated top of my class.
No,
it's
high
like,
school genius
it's
like
you
Doogie
could
Howser
fucking
level or
walk
more.
over and like bitch slap a professor and like talk circles around them.
Mm-hmm.
Dragon Age: Secret of the Dawn.
Did I see that?
I think so. Yeah, it's about Cassandra from Dragon Age 2. Same thing, tie-in.
I like anything.
I think some of the
Age.
action was cool. I think it's maybe by the same studio that did Ajin, that does like a lot of the 3D stuff.
I do like anything that's Dragon Age. Actually.
So it's it's kind of cool adult fantasy. It's dark, but not like edgelord dark. Just like people die and shit happens and there's serious topics. But Dragon Age as a whole is really cool. So like I'd recommend it as a whole. Less so this specific thing unless you're into the other stuff. And then there's a million Dragon Ball entries here because there's a million Dragon Ball things.
And then we know I didn't watch
One of the rarities Mama doesn't like. I still think you would like original Dragon Ball when
maybe
Goku
you
was a
should
kid.
have me watch a couple episodes of original and see what I think.
Original Dragon Ball, like, and then there's like a line in the sand, and then there's Dragon Ball Z where it's like all fighting and screaming. Original Dragon Ball does have some fighting.
But I also don't love that art style, and it makes it very hard for me to get into.
I felt that way about One Piece. I didn't like the art style until I got into it. So, like, if you get into it, then you might. Original Dragon Ball is 153. Z is 291. I don't know how long Kai is because that's like Z but abridged. I didn't watch Kai ever. People always moan about the pacing of Z. It didn't really bother me. I thought it was fine. And then Super is 131. GT is 64 if you care about that. That was like a non-canon thing they did after Z. Because Super was like recent. Super came out like years and years and years later after they like wasn't Dragon Ball anime for like a long time. And then there's just a million movies and spin-offs and stuff. Dragon Quest, Your Story, we watched that.
Yep.
That was a really pretty 3D animated thing that came to us on Netflix. Kind of like the Lupin, the recent Lupin movie, which I haven't watched. I don't know if anyone else has. Oh, you know what? And now that I'm seeing Dragon's Dogma, there's gonna be some of this stuff that's like not actually on Annie list because it's like American and people are like, oh, it's not a real anime if it wasn't made in Japan. And I'm just like, you fucking go jerk off in a corner, you're wrong. Like Avatar should be on here. Avatar is an anime, but it's not because it wasn't made in Japan.
Yeah.
Anyway, yeah. Dragon Quest was kind of cool. I think it adapts 5. I think it's Dragon Quest 5 as like a movie. Dragon's Dogma, we watched that too. That was like the dragon like burned down the dude's village and then he went on a revenge quest. It adapted a video game. It was fine. It's by the Castlevania people. Actually, that's one of them, I think. Dragon's Dogma was like, I swear to God, it's like by the same studio, but somehow it's on here and Castlevania isn't. Which, by the way, I'll just mention Castlevania now, because that 100% fucking is an anime, but it's not on any of the anime sites because it wasn't made in Japan. Castlevania is great. Go watch Castlevania.
Yeah.
It's violent. It's a video game. It's cool.
Yeah, I liked Castlevania.
Eden Zero. Mama really liked that. It's the next thing by the dude who did Fairy Tail. So it's like very similar vibes. Some of the characters are almost
Some of the
just
characters
fucking
are like just
re-rolls.
We'll just slightly color this one a little bit different.
Yeah.
Got the same clothing and body and everything.
The main character is like
Same
Natsu,
personality.
but he looks a little bit like Gray.
Yeah.
The girl is just Lucy again.
Lucy.
Happy is literally there, except now he's like an android that turns into guns.
Yeah. I really enjoyed
The blonde guy looks like Luxus, but not as buff, and then he strips like Gray does. Urza is just also in this as like a space pirate lady.
Yep. It's very funny that they, clearly pulling all the same characters. It's very fun.
But it's pretty cool. If you like Fairy Tail, you like this. It's like sci-fi magic.
Yeah.
I think also like, you know, we only got the first 25 episodes. It's still very much in its infancy. Like I haven't read the manga yet, but yeah, right. Like, you know, because like look at like early Fairy Tail versus like late Fairy Tail. There's like a lot more. I don't know. It gets better. Like powers get cooler, characters develop more, stakes get higher, etc. So I think Eden Zero is gonna get like better as time goes on. Not that it was bad now, but just I expect things to like go up.
Yeah.
Erased. That is a cool kind of one-offy one that you and I just like binged in a weekend.
Okay.
Like I think we watched like 2 or 3 episodes like the first night, and then the next day it was like rainy and we didn't feel like doing anything, so we just watched the whole rest of it.
Was that kid?
Erased is where shit happens and then the main character who's an adult like gets transported like back to his childhood to like solve murders and stuff.
Yeah.
But like one specific kind of not like the what's the kid detective, that it's not like that where he's like a kid forever and just like going on and on and on. It's like a specific point in time kind of.
Yeah, he has to go back to fix something or to figure out something. I don't remember what the purpose is, but yeah, I like that.
1, 2, 4, 5. You can't find 3. What are you talking about, Ploof? Manga for something? I'll let you get back to that. Next on here is Evangelion. The remake. Oh, it must be under Neon Genesis Evangelion later, so that's why. Yeah, okay. Well, proper Evangelion we'll talk about later. They did those remake movies. I've only seen the first one so far. It's still good, but I'll talk about that more when we get to like proper Evangelion. I think I sat you down to watch that and then you fell asleep, so you haven't seen that yet.
Okay.
And then Fairy Tail.
Fairy Tail.
Which is really good.
I adore Fairy Tail.
Yeah. Like I said earlier, it's kind of like Power of Friendship-y, which is a little bit unsatisfying to me sometimes. But the powers are like really cool and diverse. There's like a million fucking characters.
Yeah. And the characters and the relationships between characters, you know, the way they all interact with each other over time, you feel like there's somebody that you really know. They really develop them well.
Yes and no. I still feel like in some ways they're always too one note.
Oh.
But eventually, just by spending a lot of time with them, they do get fleshed out more.
Yeah, you just kind of know, oh yeah, I know how exactly that person is going to react to this thing. You know, because you just know them that well.
Yeah.
It just, I don't know, I liked it. But then I like happy things. And even though there's a lot of fighting and battling and stuff,
yeah, it's a shonen
there's
anime.
a lot of happiness.
But it's a pretty upbeat as well as comedic show. It doesn't get like, you know, like stuff like Naruto and Bleach and Full Metal Alchemist, that all gets like darker.
Yep.
This is like more upbeat.
Yeah,
for the
and there's
majority of
good
it.
comedy built in. So yeah.
Pretty equal opportunity with stripping too, which is rare. You get your naked boys and your naked girls.
And some of us get to enjoy all of that.
Juvie is a good example of a trope character getting great development. I don't fully disagree, but to kind of illustrate what I mean, like she does get developed, but then she kind of keeps coming back to like her same things too, that like you wish she'd grow out of a little bit.
Yeah. And there was a period of time where they just didn't develop her much. There was a period of time where she was very much a B character.
Yeah, she definitely became more of an A. I don't know, I guess she kind of goes in stints.
Yeah.
Because there's like a new thing. Like they ended Fairy Tail and then they're like, hey, actually, guess what? We're doing more. And so that's called 100 Years Quest. That's coming eventually. She's like now back to like being B tier and that again.
Yeah.
I don't know. The B tiers like sometimes move up to A tier. So there's like some different seasons and entries for that here. Then there's a couple more Final Fantasy things to do with 15 and 7. Some of them are just like, okay. Advent Children is pretty cool because it's like an actual sequel to 7 and it's like animated really well. That came out like 2008 to 2010 or something.
I don't think I watched.
You haven't, no. It's like very graphically impressive because it just looks like pre-rendered high-res Final Fantasy cutscene.
Yeah, I think you showed me a little bit of some.
2007.
Yeah.
Okay, so I was close.
And
that's just like, if you like Final Fantasy,
I love Fairy Tail.
If you like Final Fantasy, watch that because it's just like a long Final Fantasy cutscene. And especially with like, now's the weird time to watch it with like the 7 remake series happening. Because like the first one happened and now we're gonna get like a couple more or something, and then this takes place after that. So I don't know. You should maybe watch it eventually, but maybe not right now if you're just experiencing 7 for the first time. And then Fire Force. Fire Force is also really good.
Another one of my favorites.
Yep, that's by the same people who did Soul Eater. I think that's a woman. Yeah, Fire Force is cool. It's got some horny comedy in there.
Yep.
Cool power sets, cool fights. And you're right, the intro fucking slaps.
Yeah.
The first one especially, that's by Mrs. Green Apple or whatever that band is. I love that. That's like top 5 anime songs of all time. I love it so much. Soul Eater was really good too, Muffin. I wish... Soul Eater's unfortunate because it was in the era of like, the manga isn't done yet, so we're gonna spin off and do our own ending. Hi, Aaron. I see a fucking verified check mark next to you. Congrats. Did you get partner? I think that's what that means, right?
Oh.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. That's a big deal. Congratulations.
That is congrats.
Yeah, Soul Eater. So I hope maybe someday, like, you know, give it some time, come back later and just like redo those anime that they never finished properly. I don't know that they will. Like Zatch Bell is another one. But I'm so excited that that's getting a sequel manga, and I hope that then that sequel manga will turn into an anime. Yeah, like, sidebar on Aaron. Aaron, you're so impressive. I'm just constantly astounded by like how well you do for yourself.
Yeah.
So very proud of you.
Well, but when you're sitting and listening to Aaron's stream too, you can understand why.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I can. You do a very good job of like. Well, okay, I'm just like juggling a couple thoughts here. You're very like engaging,
yep.
Like you're interesting to listen to. You literally engage with your audience. So yep. Even now that you're like getting more up there in numbers, like you can still, an audience member can still talk to you as a streamer, mm-hmm. which is like very valuable and easy to lose as you get up in numbers. Mm-hmm. And then your stuff is always entertaining too.
And I feel like you're
also fucking adorable.
A natural,
that doesn't hurt anything.
A natural therapist or
Yeah.
advisor, or you're just good at that.
I feel like you give pretty good
You're
advice.
just good at that.
And like your sexy stream Sundays, you know, I don't know what your like number breakdown is, if that does better or worse. There was definitely a period of time where it felt like that was like your best performing thing. And I can see why, because that's really interesting and not something that like you see as much. So yeah, congrats to Aaron. Everybody golf clap. I don't have a sound effect, but pretend I do. Onwards and upwards.
Mm-hmm.
We're expecting great things. Where was I on anime?
We
did Fire Force. Yeah, Aaron, I don't know. We're just talking anime stuff. I don't know how long you'll be around for. I think you're probably starting pretty soon, aren't you? Yeah, Crimson's just like peeking in between episodes of Food Wars.
We won't see a whole lot of Crimson.
Yeah, he's really enjoying it.
Uh-huh. As one does.
And then Furikuri, which I think we watched that because that was another one that Sven recommended. That's kind of like a weird little one-off one. There's like an alien robot, and then there's like a lady that shows up and bonks the kid on the head with a guitar, and then he like grows a horn. I don't even fully remember the plot.
I don't remember
It's weird, but we watched it.
I don't remember it at all.
And then we're properly on to Food Wars after that. Food Wars is so great. So to recap for everybody, I think we already said this multiple times, but a hentai artist did a cooking show where they make food, but it's like in the style of like a shonen battle anime.
Yeah,
so they're all
food,
like, this is my fucking
like Top
secret
Chef battles
technique.
or something.
This is the knife that was passed down through my family for generations, and with this secret blend of spices, I'm gonna make you come so hard your underwear disintegrates.
And it does.
Yeah, so they all have foodgasm so hard that their clothes disintegrate. But also, not all of the time, because sometimes that just happens, but there's like specific characters where that's like a power they have.
Yes.
There's an in-universe power where these people enjoying food like causes everyone else to enjoy that. Like they get high off of that feeling, and then their clothing just like obliterates.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh my gosh, so much fun.
Yeah.
It may be my number one anime. It may be.
I think it's up there for me too, yeah.
It is so good.
The characters are all really pretty, again, because it was a hentai artist.
Yep.
Lot of horny comedy and energy that I love.
Yep.
The food is really gorgeous to look at and makes you want to try all of it. Like, you know, a lot of it is very Japanese and like seafood, and I don't like seafood, but I still like have the desire to try all of it.
Yeah, you still want to try it, even if it's something you think would normally.
It made me think of food in like a different way. Like, you know, because they do all this stuff about like, oh, if you eat this, it's gonna like activate this kind of shit in your taste receptors, and like this is like light and delicate, and it's like easy to like eat, and then you're gonna like want more. Yeah. Like so, the food
theory
science
behind food.
Yeah,
and the science behind food.
Like I had never thought about that before. And
it's very cool.
It makes me want to do cooking, but I just never have fucking time, so I don't.
Yeah. If it doesn't inspire a chef in you, there's something wrong.
Yeah. So yeah, everybody should like take a page out of Crimson's notebook and give that a watch.
If you've never watched it,
I
needs
think it's
to be put
on
the top of your list.
Hulu and Netflix, so it's I think pretty accessible.
Yeah.
And of course, all of this you can probably find on.
Who's the guy that only wears the apron?
Yeah.
Damn.
Satoshi Ishiki.
Damn, he's hot.
Yeah, he has a tight little butt.
Yeah.
And he's also cute. Yeah.
Sweet butt.
Really, really, like all of the guys in this are cute.
And the girls.
Sure, but I mean, like,
I pretty much.
I could probably come up with like a short list of guys that I'm not attracted to.
What's her name? The little blue-haired.
Megumi.
Yeah, Megumi. She's just too little girl cute. But pretty much everyone else in that, I would definitely, yeah.
Yeah.
But she's just too young and innocent looking. She's too much of a child.
Well, she's not young, but she is innocent.
Looks it. But she is innocent, and she looks young.
She can pull off hot well though, because I think there was like.
Oh well, yeah, like when the clothes fly
there's
off.
one or more. No. I mean, like there's one or more dishes that she's done where you know, so they'll do these dishes and then it like cuts to like some fantasy scenario that is like the feeling that the food gives you.
Yeah.
So like maybe one of them is like, oh, this gives me the feeling of like I'm in a fucking samurai sword fight, or like I'm in a meadow being like gently caressed by sunlight and forest animals. One of those for her, she got like Dommy Mommy.
Oh, did she?
And so then I was kind of like, oh wow, you pulled that off well.
Okay. Yeah, but most of the time I see her as this sweet little girl, and there's just no...
Right.
You just can't, your mind just can't go there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And after Food Wars is Full Metal Alchemist, which you started.
I need to watch more
and
of.
then I was like, hey, you need to watch My Hero.
Yeah.
So that you can be caught up.
Yeah, and then I just had to push myself to watch My Hero every 3 minutes.
Yeah.
And till I caught up so we could watch it together, and now we're waiting for more My Hero.
Yeah, well, we have the movie. We haven't watched the latest movie. I still think it would be fun to get Kiki, but she's hard to get.
She's
sit through
hard
movies.
to get, yeah.
But yeah, Full Metal Alchemist is amazing. That's always on like people's list of like, even if you don't watch anime, you should watch this. I fully agree with that.
It gets dark and deep sometimes, and sometimes I'm just not in the mood for dark and deep. And
it does get really dark because the first weekend that I like discovered this, I was literally depressed for the whole weekend because of like the family stuff.
And I have so much
and family stuff hits me so hard because I have a good relationship with you guys.
Shit with work that sometimes when I'm going to bed and watching on my own, that's not the kind of thing I want to go for.
Yeah, so
and that's why that's not happening right now.
You may have to like kind of truck it through some of the emotional heaviness, but overall, it's so good and definitely worth your time.
Okay, I will give it
for you and everybody else. There's like they did an anime movie like years later that I'm still sitting on and haven't watched. So if you eventually finish it, we could watch that together. Here's my mouse. The ending made me cry. I don't remember like well, we shouldn't say. Don't tell me about the ending.
I haven't seen it.
I don't remember like
no spoilers.
I guess probably just because it was intense and emotional, but like the emotional trauma for me was at the beginning.
Yeah.
And then it like was more manageable as time went on. Next is Gabriel Dropout.
I don't think I've seen that.
No. That is like little angel and devil girls like going to Earth to like do angel and devil stuff. But then the main character, Gabriel, just gets like addicted to games and just becomes like a shut-in.
I've seen parts of
it. Kind of like Umaru vibes.
Yeah, I've seen. Yes, very much.
So that's kind of fun.
Yeah.
That it's a good kind of like slice of life humor one. I would recommend that.
And absolutely hilarious that Gabriel, one of the archangels.
I don't think she is though. That's just her name, but I don't think she's an archangel.
Okay.
She's not like archangel. She's like top of her class, like best angel. And then like once they graduate or leading up to graduation, then they go down to Earth.
Yeah.
And then that's the whole goof is that like Miss Prim and Proper, top of her class, just like becomes a degenerate.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Full Metal has a lot of great points, Aaron. Like the plot is great, characters are great, power set great, awesome fight scenes, well animated, a lot of good music. It's just like it's delivering like 10 out of 10 on all fronts.
Mm-hmm.
There's a couple series too. They did like an original that got like the manga's still going, so we're spinning off treatment. But then they actually went back and like did it properly all the way through. So you can probably skip the original and just watch Brotherhood. Brotherhood's the one you want. That's the one that goes all the way through.
Is that the one I'm watching?
Yes. But you know, you could also fucking watch both. You don't need to, but you could. Gate is another one that we watched. That's like in our isekai pile.
We did watch?
Yes, there's a gate literally that connects to another world, and then like the like JDF, like the Japan military guy, Japan Defense Force.
Yep.
He and eventually others like go through and are like dealing with like interworld politics and stuff.
I remember that one.
But there's like magic and fights and stuff too.
Yep.
Night night, Ploof.
Oh, Ploof, you leaving?
Have a good sleep. Yeah, tomorrow's Friday. Aaron too. Yeah, have a good workout.
Aaron's working out, but working out and lurking.
Yeah, so Gate's fine. It's not amazing, it's not terrible. Did we watch the Ghost in the Shell movie together?
Yeah, I think so.
I think so, because I wanted to like watch it.
Yeah.
Either before or after the ScarJo
That
movie.
is a flipping sexy image right there.
Yeah.
Wow.
Ghost in the Shell is another classic. Y'all should watch it. It's not my personal favorite, but I still think it's just good to like have under your belt.
Mm-hmm.
And
I liked it.
I still enjoyed the ScarJo movie too, but it wasn't the ScarJo movie wasn't as good.
Mm.
Yeah, tomorrow's Friday already. We're almost there.
Yay!
I don't know what I'm gonna be doing. Probably fucking Elden Ring. This is like the detour now. I can stream Elden Ring for several more days in a row. Want Mom to watch Perfect
Did you
Blue?
finish Genshin?
No, you don't finish Genshin.
Oh, it just goes on forever?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. I still have like story content to do before I am like caught up though.
Perfect Blue.
I recognize the name Perfect Blue, but I don't know what it is.
Look it
Let me look up an image. Oh, it's by the same dude
As
Ghost in the Shell.
okay.
Yeah, I recognize the woman.
Pretty.
Yeah, I don't know what it's about, but I think that would probably be worth checking out at some point. Next on the list, Goblin Slayer.
I like that.
Goblin Slayer is like, I highly recommend it with an asterisk. And the asterisk is that, like, trigger warning for rape, basically. Because the goblins just fucking rape people.
Yeah.
But that's also why I like it. And that sounds really fucked up. But there's so many things that I wish were darker. And they feel like they get neutered for, like, a wider audience appeal.
Whitewashed a little bit.
Yeah, and this is just like shit is fucking
Real.
terrible and real and awful, and people have to deal with that world and live in it.
Yeah.
And so I enjoy that aspect of it.
The realistic aspect
Right,
of
yeah.
that part. Even though it's a complete fantasy world, but yeah.
Well,
It
right,
deals
right.
with some real life stuff.
Yeah, like, you know, and sure, and that's how you get in the door is like cool
Yep.
magic and fights and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But dealing with just the fucking reality that, like, if you're an unprepared adventurer, you're just gonna go out and have a bad time, and they're probably gonna do sexual things to you and then like kill you afterwards.
Yeah.
Or
They get
worse,
raped
they
and
don't.
Killed. Yeah, they get raped and killed or raped and not killed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So if that sounds like something that isn't gonna put you off, it's pretty cool. If it is, that's
It
fine.
has cute moments too, but if that's a trigger for you, you don't want to go watch that one.
You're gonna stay in the basement. I feel like, yeah, Em, I feel like you're more wholesome and don't need to like suffer through that.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then that Godzilla trilogy.
And it wouldn't be good for somebody who's been sexually traumatized either.
Right, and that's why
That
like
would
the
be a
warning is important. 'Cause,
Bad.
yeah, obviously.
I mean, clearly that's
you're
not what
gonna
the whole
wanna-
show is about. But
No.
it happens more than once.
Yes.
And so for someone who would have issues with that, it's not a good show.
Yeah. Godzilla, these anime movies are also by the Ajin people who do
Yeah.
the 3D stuff.
Yeah.
It's like humanity fucks up the planet, they go on like a space arc, and then they come back, and then there's like a whole monster planet thing going on with Godzilla.
Yeah.
It's kind of cool. I'd say watch it if you like Godzilla. If you don't, maybe don't.
Yeah. Yeah, you have to be kind of into the Godzilla whole idea for it to be enjoyable, I think.
Yeah. And then the next one, Grimgar Fantasy and Ash. I'm sure you don't remember that by the title, but we did watch that too. That's another one. It's a party of adventurers. It's almost like Goblin Slayer without the rape.
I kind of remember.
It's them dealing with like kind of being unprepared.
Yeah.
I think somebody maybe dies at some point, but I don't remember.
I think you're right.
But
I remember that one now.
If you like kind of like D&D party fights monsters,
Yep.
you'll like this.
Yep. I remember it was very much. I think we saw that one before Goblins.
I think we watched them right around each other.
Yep.
Because I was like in the
I
mood for
remember
that
when
kind
we
of stuff.
watched the second one, I'm like, oh yeah, this kind of idea again.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. Next one after that is Gurren Lagann, which I think you maybe caught bits of when I watched it in high school a million years ago.
Mm-hmm.
But not fully.
Oh.
Gurren Lagann's really good. It's another Trigger one. It's like the OG Trigger one. It's like super over the top. I would recommend that to everybody. It's a mech anime, but it's like you don't need to like mech anime to like this. It's much more about the feeling and the vibes. It has some really good music too. You like you were gonna say something a minute ago.
I'm just looking at what's next.
Oh, okay. All right, yeah. After Gurren Lagann is Haikyuu, the Volley Boys.
Yeah, and this one's right up there with Food Wars for me.
Probably not that high for me, but still really enjoyable.
I adored this.
This was really like the first sports anime I watched, I think.
Yeah.
But it also has a little bit of that like shonen flair where it's like, this is my fucking special attack. I'm gonna get you.
Yeah.
But I don't know. They try real hard and they sweat and they're cute boys and the character development's really
boys.
good. Yeah. And wants to know who you like.
Who I like and who don't I like.
But do you have favorites?
Gosh, I don't remember the names.
That's okay, because I don't fully either.
Yeah.
I really like the twins. I think the twins are hot. And then the blonde dude with the tongue piercing.
Oh, tongue piercing would do it for me. The
Atsumu and Asumu.
Yeah, and who's the
I think are the twins.
Oh yeah, those twins. I remember them. They're cute. Yes, they are.
And then you probably know who I mean, right? The blonde guy with the tongue piercing, who was one of the earlier opponents. I don't remember his name either, but he's hot.
I like the guy who's kind of the leader on
Black hair.
Yeah.
Kageyama.
Yep. I like him, and I like. The twins are hot, but there's somebody else that I really liked, and I can't remember who it is now.
The libero who has Bakugo's voice actor. He's kind of hot too.
Oh, he's really hot.
Bakugo's voice actor helps. I like a rowdy, yelling boy.
Yeah. Yeah, but the libero, he's really cute.
And Hinata is also very cute, but he kind of feels like little brother.
Yeah.
I think
But his character is so sweet. You just gotta love him.
I'm not sure.
I really love him.
Because I think the manga for this is ended. I don't know if this is Twitter fan art or if this is real, but I think he maybe gets fucking like stacked later. In which case, then I can be into him.
Yeah, when he gets a little bit older.
Kuro, Nekoma, Nishinoya. Oh yeah, do you remember the guy from Nekoma who kind of has Sebastian vibes? He has kind of like swept pointy hair. I think you liked him too.
Probably did. If he's got Sebastian vibes.
He's just the Sebastian of the show.
Yeah, if he's got Sebastian vibes, I would definitely like him.
Yeah.
Was he on their team?
No, he's on Nekoma. Our guys are crows. Kurasuno.
Pull him up on your, so I can take a look.
What is his name? I don't know. I'm just gonna search Nekoma boys. This guy.
Yeah. Yeah.
With the shit-eating grin there.
Yeah, he's adorable.
Yeah, Haikyuu's great. That's not as easy of like a general recommend, but I still think
Why not?
Well, I don't know, just because
not
like
a general recommend.
I don't know, like it's not bad, but I don't know if it's for everybody necessarily. But I would say like give it a try at least.
Yeah, I think it's amazing.
Because I don't remember really. I think maybe Dodger was talking about it, and then I was like, I should try this because Dodger is just like my taste queen.
Yeah,
like I love everything Dodger recommends.
Good. Yeah.
Other than the game she plays, like anime were good. Games we have different tastes. The two sports anime were Kuroko no Basket. She also loves that one. And Stars Align. I don't know Stars Align.
Stars.
But Kuroko no Basket, maybe we should try at some point too, because I think she likes that even better than Haikyuu. There is a animated Halo anthology called Halo Legends, which is on here. Which is also pretty cool. It's probably still kind of in that, like, if you like Halo, watch it. If you don't territory. but it's a little bit more artsy than like some of these other franchise tie-ins. So it's more of a general recommend for me than like the Final Fantasy stuff. Hero Man, that's when I watched in college without you. Stan Lee was involved with that. So it has some like American superhero flair to it. It's almost kind of like Big Hero 6 before that was a thing. It's like a dude and a robot and they like fight aliens.
Yeah.
There's a Naruto OVA that's way up here before the rest of it, so we don't need to talk about that now. And then High School of the Dead, which is an OG one that I love. On the surface, it's not that different than like your standard zombie fare, but like the vibes are immaculate, and I love the theme song. It's just fucking like screamy, shreddy guitar, and then like some good vocals from Kishida Kyodon or something. She has like a bunch of other music that I've listened to just because I like this so much. There's like a specific shot in this show where someone does a sniper shot and some other girl is like laid back on the ground and her boobs are one massive and two like physicsing in a way that you wouldn't believe, like going back and forth almost in the wind. And then like the sniper bullet, and we get like a fucking dynamic motion shot of this. The sniper bullet, like it's going in a straight line, but it like snakes through her boobs. Like her boobs just wobble the right way where the bullet goes through. And as a gay man, that's one of the most amazing things I've ever seen. I don't know. It's so fucking extra and I love it. I can't, like, please watch the show. There's an OVA too where they're like all naked on an island. And that's horny. It's a very horny show, obviously. If the boob thing didn't clue you in. Yeah, I don't know. It's just really fun.
Oh man.
Next up is Umaru-chan, which I don't think you maybe bits of.
I watched
watch
bits
the whole
of that
thing.
one, yeah.
I alluded to this with Gabriel, but it's like a little. It's actually very similar in premise, like a perfect like A student, like the ideal that everyone lives up to girl is like secretly a little gremlin at home. She literally like turns into a chibi at home and like puts on like her little Kigurumi hood thing.
The little hamster Kigurumi.
And just, like watches anime, plays games, makes her brother just like
crazy
cook and buy her things and stuff. She's my spirit animal. I identify with her. It's really fun. It's slice of life, but it's like if you're a nerd, I feel like you get a lot out of this show. After that, How Not to Summon a Demon Lord. We watched season 2 of that recently.
That was cute.
That's another kind of like isekai / harem anime.
Yep.
Basically what that is a dude gets summoned into this like fantasy world that I think mirrors like an MMO he played or something. So he like turns in his MMO character, which seems to be a common premise. And then like somehow the people who summoned him get like bound to him instead. And that's like the two main girls. And so like the goof of the whole show is like his outer persona is like, I'm a big scary Dommy demon guy. And then inside he's like, I'm a nerd and I haven't touched a girl before. Ugh. Not nuh, like ew girls, like no, like just nerd noises. So that's kind of funny. If you like isekais or harem anime, you'll like that. If not, probably not. Howl's Moving Castle.
Another excellent movie.
Classic Ghibli movie. I don't fucking like what is even the premise of that. Like, the girl gets turned into an old lady, and then there's a hot guy, and he has a house. I don't know. It's been a while, but it's fun. You can watch it.
Good.
Hunter x Hunter, that's another shonen one that Mama hasn't seen. Pretty long, but the power sets are really cool. The fights are good, etc. Cool characters. like I said, the manga's been on hiatus for 2 years. The show stopped well before that, but it took a really weird turn. Like, the story changed from the main characters to, like, other characters we know going to, like, this unexplored, terrible continent where, like, everybody dies. or rather, like, the rest of the world, almost. Like, the world of the show is, like, this very small chunk, and then the rest of it is, like, unexplored and terrible and everybody dies. So there's all these people on, like, this arc sort of boat, and then there's like this family of rich people that all suddenly get powers, and they're trying to kill each other, and the powers are like weird and interesting. So it's really fucking cool, but I wish it would fucking come back. I don't know what happened. I think health concerns, that's always how it goes. Hot guy has a home and is hot. That's all you need to know about Howls. So it sounds like I kind of got the main points.
Yeah, he is hot.
Hunter x Hunter I would recommend pretty highly. The later arcs get into like some pretty cool emotional stuff too. Welcome back from Food Wars, Crimson. Inuyasha I just watched recently, like over the last year. That's really good. I love the like 90s anime vibes. Like I described it before, it's kind of like shonen action meets Jojo romance. So in that sense, there's kind of something for everybody. The high level premise is a girl gets transported back to the feudal era, and then she has like magic priestess powers, and she's dealing with like evil demons and stuff. And then there's like a will they, won't they / yes they will romance going on with her and Inuyasha, who's the dog boy. That's not like my favorite, but it's still really good. And then after that is Inuyashiki, which is a weird title. I don't know what it means. That's the one where the old man gets turned into like a robot and like becomes a superhero. And then there's like a young guy who also gets that power and like misuses it terribly.
Oh yeah, I remember that. That was good.
Yeah, it's not like a high profile show, but it's cool. It's like short. It's only 11 episodes, so I would say like y'all should check that out.
Yeah. It was good. I enjoyed that.
Next one after that is a fucking light novel title, if I've ever heard one. Is It Wrong to Try and Pick Up Girls in a Dungeon? Harem anime. The main guy is kind of like a bottom, but then all these girls end up like kind of hareming around him. The kind of female protagonist Hestia is like a big example of like, I'm 14, but actually I'm like 2000. So you can lust over me and it's not weird, except it still is. That's like, I don't know. I'm never like excited to watch it, and then when I do, I'm like, oh, actually, this is good. I like this. So I don't know. It's kind of in a weird spot. It's like mid tier.
There was something you and I watched that I was like that about. You go, we should really watch this. And I'm like, we have to watch that tonight. Or is that really what we're watching? And then I'd always end up getting hooked into it, but I don't remember what it was.
I don't think this is that, but there was that.
There was something
like Madoka spinoff that you just like got tired of, and then I was like, you have to watch it or not, and then you're like, okay, not. Yeah. And then you got mad that I was watching season 2, and then I had to remind you that that happened.
Yeah.
Is This a Zombie? Which usually I see by the Japanese title, Kore wa Zombie desu ka? That one is another harem anime. The main dude is a zombie who got resurrected by a necromancer, and then there's like all these other girls in his harem, and each of them is like a different thing. So one of them's a magical girl, one of them's a necromancer, one of them's like a vampire, one of them's like a ninja. The magical girl has a chainsaw too, and the dude ends up like taking over her magical girl duties. So he's running around in like frilly pink magical girl shit with a chainsaw, and that's kind of fun. I think that's like the main hook of the show there. That I guess is done. I haven't done any more of that in like forever. I don't feel like it fully ended. I think they maybe like ended an arc and like they could have done more, but they didn't. Ixion Saga DT, that's another one I watched by myself. That's another isekai before I even really knew what isekai was. But it's kind of sexual. One of the main characters is like pre-op transgender, which I feel like if I watched that now, I'd probably find that more distasteful because I think they use it for like the butt of a lot of jokes. And then there's like another, like the main, not bad guy, but like antagonist just keeps getting like kicked in the balls, and that's like a recurring joke because he's like a prim proper knight guy, and then he just has nut damage. It's I don't know that I even recommend that one. It's kind of funny, but I feel like it probably hasn't aged well. Jojo's Bizarre Adventure is consistently great. I think you maybe wouldn't like it because it's kind of Dragon Ball screamy.
Jojo?
Yeah.
You know, that's one that I like and don't like. I've seen several episodes. I haven't watched it consistently, like episode after episode.
Yeah.
There are things about it that are a little bit over dramatic for me.
Oh yes, that's the high point of the show, is that it's over dramatic.
There are parts of it that really appeal to me too. Yeah. So I don't know.
It's got one of the most interesting power sets, because instead of just occasionally you'll have somebody whose power is like, I shoot fireballs or something, but more often it's something like really weird and esoteric. Like, I'm trying to think of a good example. God, I don't know that I'll be able to. Yeah, I don't know. There's stuff where it's like, my brain is really just not happening. The guy in part 4, like, his power is like, he punches somebody and that like heals them.
Oh, that's bizarre.
But that's not even like a weird one, so that's not.
And
a good
I remember
example.
that it's different generations of JoJo's.
Yes. Yeah. So this all follows like the lineage of a certain family.
Yep, and they all have first name and last name that can be shortened into JoJo. So yeah. I remember.
The villains have really weird ones, and so partly I don't want to like spoil that.
Okay.
Because that's like it would
be a giveaway always. Plot point, yeah.
But suffice it to say that the powers are really weird and interesting. Almost more like rules. Like, I can use this rule to my advantage, or if you break this rule, something bad happens to you. So it's like weird situational stuff rather than not pew pew pew, I'm shooting my laser at your laser. And then the protagonists have to deal with that. The protagonists are usually a little bit more grounded in their power set. After that, Jujutsu Kaisen, sorcery fight. I've never seen it called that. That's just what it translates to.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah, that's a super cool one.
Yeah.
Can't wait for more of that. I think there's an anime movie that I don't know if Japan got it yet. We haven't, but it's I'd kind of just sell that the exact same way I'd sell Demon Slayer. Great characters, fights, animation, similar premise. Nose blowing ASMR.
Yep.
Kakaishi, I watched that without mom. That's like a very low tier anime. It's like Shinto priest people with like barrier magic, and that's like the whole power set. They like make barriers, or they contain things within barriers to like trap or destroy them, like demons and stuff. Kiki's Delivery Service, I don't know if you ever saw that, but that's another good one.
That's cute.
Kill la Kill, that's another one of my favorites. I tried to get you to watch this and you weren't into it. This is another trigger one. It's super over the top. The premise is there's like clothing that gives people powers, but the more skimpy your clothing is, the more powerful you are. Essentially. It also has the same plot as Sonic Adventure 2, which is a funny coincidence. So that's another like top tier, like top 10 anime for me. I would highly recommend that to anybody. Some more Final Fantasy stuff. Kingsglaive, that's like a prequel to 15. kind of the same thing as Advent Children. Like, it's a fully fleshed out movie that's interesting, but it also should have fucking been in the game. Like, it's plot that's kind of important, but it's not in the game. So it's a weird separated companion piece. Little Witch Academia. You swear that you've seen some of this somewhere.
I've seen a little bit.
I don't know where or when, but you should totally check that out.
Yeah, I think I'd enjoy it very much.
Everybody should watch that too. Also by Trigger, so the animation's great. It's kind of like anime Harry Potter, except it never gets dark. It's like fun, magical school hijinks. And it's just like real pleasant and feel good all around.
It'd be like if nothing ever went wrong in Harry Potter.
I mean, there are problems, but it never gets to the point that Harry Potter does. You know, it's usually resolved within an episode. Even if not, it's not like, oh no, the Nazis are coming to get us, you know?
Yeah.
And then Made in Abyss, which is
really good.
Yeah, Made in Abyss is really interesting. It's kind of
really
like
dark, though.
Madoka. It looks really cute on the surface, but it gets dark.
Really dark.
I believe the next arc has been like ordered and is in production. I literally don't know how they're going to do it.
Oh, how would they do anything beyond this?
Well, that's the question.
Yeah.
Because it, like, what we've seen so far is like a 4. And then it gets up to like 10. It's like the little bits in the beginning, I don't even know if I'd call it body horror. It's just kind of like upsetting bad stuff happens sometimes, and then there's like weird monsters, but then like the next arc that's happening gets into like body horror.
Real body horror.
Well, you don't know what it is.
Oh, but the end of the... How many... This week?
So where it ended, they did the movie where they like dealt with like that dude, and then like the one kind of body horror thing happened.
Yeah.
With like the chick who kind of like,
yeah,
to say it in a non-spoiler way. But then like after that, it's just like fucking dial that up to 11.
Really?
Yeah.
How? I just don't see where you can take it any further.
Well, that's the thing, is they do. So I'll be really interested to see what happens. I feel like it can't, and yet somehow it is. I imagine they're gonna have to like tone down some stuff. After that is Meiji. I'm not sure how you say it.
Or Magi.
But they say it Japanese though.
Oh.
Hi, Daddy Sweet.
It's probably Muggy.
Anyway, that's another kind of shonen one that's fun. It stopped early, which sucks. It's cool. The manga gets like really ideological. I would recommend this to people though. Watch this and then go read the manga, because it's too interesting to like not finish. And then Madoka must show up later, partially, because this is only like the spin-offs and stuff. The spin-offs of Madoka aren't as great. You can skip those if you don't love Madoka, but if you do, watch them. And then Negima, which was another like OG one for me. Both the original and the sequel UQ holder never got fully fleshed out, and that sucks. Yeah, sweet. We're doing anime talk. We're going through my anime list and then pulling out what Mama has watched so I can make one for her. And then just, you know, chiming in with thoughts about it.
And then Crimson's bopping in and
yeah,
out.
Crimson's bopping in and out. He's watching Food Wars. The original Negima was like, it's this little British kid who goes to teach at a school in Japan because he's like a genius. But he's also like secretly a mage. And so then eventually he kisses every girl in his class as part of a magic ritual called Pactio, which gives them like an artifact that like gives them some kind of power. And so it stays horny and harem-y the whole time, but it also like becomes way more shonen over time, to the point where there's like world-ending conflict that is then still being dealt with in the sequel UQ holder, which is kind of the same idea, except everybody's immortal. the organization UQ Holder is a bunch of immortals. So yeah, I mean, you could check out the anime of these if you like it, but really go read the manga. Go read Maho Sensei Negima and UQ Holder in that order. After that is Magical Girl Ore. I think I started this with you, but I don't think I finished it with you. You can also just talk, Mom. You can tell me to shut up and say whatever you're gonna say.
Yeah.
Just say words, don't type in chat. Mom!
Okay, just give me a sec.
Mom! You're being a boomer, what are you doing?
I'm being a boomer.
Anyway, okay, I guess I'll fucking talk about Magical Girl Ore while she types. It's magical girls, but they turn into buff dudes. So
oh yeah, I remember that.
If that premise is funny, like, watch it. Otherwise, you're fine to skip it. There's a Mass Effect movie. If you like Mass Effect, watch it. If you don't. Yes, we already passed Haikyuu.
Yeah.
But you know, it's good. High recommendation.
Gotta watch it.
And then Mob Psycho 100, which is by the One Punch Man guy.
Okay.
You haven't seen that. That's another high recommend from me. It's really cool. The visuals are cool. Like it's the usual stuff I love. Cool characters, cool fights, cool visuals. I think more of that eventually. Haikyuu's your favorite of all time. Actually had a profound impact on my life. Unpack that more. Tell us more because I'm interested to hear.
Tell us more.
And then also, who are your favorite boys?
Yeah, because we were talking about who our favorite boys are.
Yeah, we couldn't really remember the names, but
yeah.
Mine were, I like the twins. I like Blondie with the tongue stud. Mama likes Kageyama and the black-haired dude from Nekoma, and we both like
the libero.
The libero who has Bakugo's voice actor.
Yeah.
Yeah, so check out Mob. More of that coming. After that is Jobless Reincarnation, which I actually just watched really recently. That is an isekai that's a little bit horny and harem-y, but it more focuses on like...
Looks cute.
It uses the isekai premise well, because sometimes like isekai happens and then it... Like Slime does this. Isekai happens and then it's basically like throwing your original life out the window. This dude is like... He gets reincarnated as a baby and he grows up. And then, you know, there's the whole interesting thing of like, this is an adult with like 30, 40 years life experience, admittedly being like a weeb who stayed inside and played games, but still years of experience now like growing up as a child.
Okay.
And then also become like a magic prodigy.
Okay.
So it's really cool. I would recommend that one to people. The second season, I think, like basically just wrapped. So there's more on the way. And then we're finally at My Hero.
Yay!
My Hero's great.
Yeah.
I think y'all know My Hero. I probably don't even have to sell you on it.
I love My Hero.
But it's one of the best shonen in years. I love the characters. I love the fights. I love the visuals. Bakugo is my guy. Kirishima's my guy. I love an angry, rowdy blonde and a himbo. So, yeah. I'm bummed that the manga is like wrapping up. I don't want it to be done.
Oh no!
Yeah, I know. Although they did a spin-off manga. I think that's also finishing. I feel like they're going to keep the property alive somehow. Okay, watching anime in August of 2020. Goddamn, that's recently. Found Haikyuu at a low point, and everything spoke to you. The working hard felt good, and you like Kageyama, Akashi, and Yamaguchi.
Yeah.
I don't describe Akashi and Yamaguchi because I don't remember those two names.
I remember the names, I just can't put the face to them.
Sweet, that's crazy that you've only been watching anime for like, you said August of 2020, so less than 2 years? That's insane.
Yeah.
I mean, and you're not even that young. Like, you're still a couple years younger than me, but you're not like one of the real young bakas. That's very interesting. Because I would never know if you hadn't said that. You seem like a
Pull up the
huge
names.
anime
I want to
nerd.
see the names too, who these are.
Oh, fine. I'll just Google it.
Yeah.
Okay, Haikyuu. If I can type.
Haikyuu characters.
Kiji, that was one of them. That can't be right.
Kageyama,
Akashi.
Akashi, and Yamaguchi.
Oh, he's one of the Nekoma guys, I think. No.
Make him bigger.
Ukurodani Academy. I don't think that's Nekoma. Maybe it is. I don't even fucking remember him. He just like blends in for me. He's kind of like a voice of reason, I think. And then Yamaguchi.
Which one was that? Akashi? Or did you pull up Kageyama?
That's Akashi.
Yeah.
Kageyama's the main black-haired boy. You also like him.
Okay.
Yamaguchi.
Okay, yep.
Oh, yeah, Yamaguchi's the, like, not good one on the main team. He gets better, though. He has, like, serve powers or something, I don't remember. Like the one-shot serve.
Mm-hmm.
And then after my hero, Totoro, of course. Mama really loves Totoro.
Yeah.
We have all kind of like Totoro merch for her when we went to Japan. We convinced her to like buy herself some fun Totoro stuff, and then we were like, we'll like pay for it as like a birthday present.
Yeah, I've got a Totoro cell phone case.
Yeah, cell phone case, plush, and
plush.
little figures for your Zen garden.
Plush.
Mama's a big Totoro weeb.
I'm a big Totoro weeb. And it's double cool for me because he's kind of, along with the cherry blossom, he's kind of like the symbol of Japan, you know? He's like a...
For you, not for everybody else.
For a lot of people, along up with Hello Kitty, they're kind of like...
I suppose he's decently prolific. You could say Hello Kitty is a Japanese symbol, because it is. Yeah. Yeah. His journey in the manga is fun. Yeah, I probably am not going to read the manga just because I never have time. Maybe eventually, but like I'll definitely keep watching the show as it comes out. We basically watched it all in one go. We watched like everything, and then there was like one more arc that was like airing, and now we're just like waiting on more.
Yeah.
Hello, Shimmery Shadow. That's Solo under a new name.
Oh, hi Solo.
I don't know what I want to call you for short, like Shimmer or Shadow. Either or. You can tell me if you have a preference. After Totoro is Boruto's dad.
Boruto's dad?
Yeah. Have I explained the joke of that to you ever?
No.
So obviously now like Naruto is done and Boruto is happening. And so there was some ad for it where they were like, hey, you can catch up on like all the adventures of Boruto's dad, Naruto, like here on whatever service this was advertising for. And so everyone was like man suffered through all this stuff and fought the Ninja World War, and now he's just Boruto's dad. And so of course now it's very funny, and those of us with culture will refer to it as such.
Gotcha.
Yeah. Yep. So there's a goddamn million entries for that here because there's a lot of spin-offs and movies and shit. Mm-hmm. Naruto's good. You all should watch Naruto. If you really want, you can skip the filler in general, but also specifically in OG Naruto when it like ended and then there was like a time gap before Shippuden, but the anime just like kept doing stuff for a while. I still enjoyed it, but it is filler. More Negima, I talked about that earlier, and then Evangelion, which is important and everybody should watch it.
I was wondering why Evangelion was way up at the end of the alphabet.
Because the new ones are like Evangelion 1.0, 2.0, whatever. Mm-hmm. The proper title of the first one is Neon Genesis Evangelion.
Got it.
So that's why in these lists you have a couple like weird alphabetizing things.
Evangelion was another one that Sven recommended.
Yeah. So Mama hasn't seen that. I have. The general premise is big robots versus...
I've seen a little bit of Evangelion.
You saw part of the movie, of the 1.0 movie, but then you fell asleep. So the premise is like weirdly organic robots fighting giant kaiju-sized things that they're calling angels. They're more like biblical angels. Like they're weird and fucked up. They're not just like a dude with wings. They're like weird fucked up monsters. And then lots of emotional trauma. But it's like amazing, so watch it. There's Ni no Kuni. I don't fucking remember that.
I don't know what.
Ni no Kuni is like the Studio Ghibli like video game. And then I guess there was an anime of it. Like, I almost wonder if I have this listed wrong. Because I really don't remember the movie. So, the first game was like a Pokemon collecting thing almost. In a Studio Ghibli style. Oh, you know what? I do remember this, yeah. Yeah, so it's an isekai. Dude gets like transported to a magic world. Clearly the movie didn't leave a big impact on me, but the games were cool. So I don't know if I recommend the movie. I don't know.
Doesn't remember it.
But it looks pretty, if nothing else. Yeah, sweet. When did I watch Neon Genesis? I think I watched that post-college. So not not a terribly, terribly long time ago.
I have not seen the Naruto rug in your room.
Oh, yeah, on that too. I think you've mentioned it. I don't think I've seen it either. So
you could post it.
If you want to post like room pics in IRL, I'd love to see all the nerd shit in your room. Oh, hold on, let me get chat back over here. Hanging out, watching Joe. Yeah. Yeah, I'm glad that you're hanging out again here, Shimmer.
Yeah.
I like Shimmer. I'm probably gonna call you Shimmer because that sounds like
Shimmer sounds kind of cool.
Ethereal. Noragami. That's another one we watched together.
It sounds familiar. What was it?
That's the one with like the down on his luck shrine god.
Oh yeah,
And then
I like that
one.
one.
The cute little blondie who like turns into his weapon.
Yeah, I like that one.
Kind of Soul Eater style. It's good, but it's like mid-tier.
Mm-hmm.
It's not amazing, not terrible. And then we're at One Piece again, which I kind of talked about earlier.
Yep.
There's just a million more entries here that I've completed, like movies and shows and stuff. And then One Punch Man, which we have watched together.
Yep.
One Punch Man is cool because it kind of deconstructs shonen tropes. The main character beats everything in one punch, and that's his whole shtick. When he really has to pull out the stops, then he does like consecutive punches.
But he usually can defeat.
Yeah.
Anything
Usually he
in
literally
punch.
just fucking like obliterates anything in one punch. This one doesn't have like an amazingly cool power set, but like the over-the-topness of the show and some of the other characters sell it. Like the fights are still pretty cool, but the powers tend more towards like being basic. But still a very high recommend. I don't want to undersell it. It's really unique. And then after that is Overlord, which we've watched. That's another isekai. Very similar to the Demon Lord one from earlier. Mm-hmm. Except it's not like a harem. There's like a little bit, like sometimes some of the girls are like, oh, fucking Master-sama, I want to ride your dick so bad.
Yeah, there's 2 or 3 girls.
But it's like it's not really a harem show.
Literally.
There was that weird thing though in like season 2 or 3 where they got really into like the lizard people romance.
Yeah.
And it felt very like Lion King to me. Like we're just watching animals like about to fuck.
Yeah.
But the premise here is he gets like isekai'd into his MMO as like a lich. And so then there's this angle of like, oh, like I'm not a human anymore and I like don't feel human anymore. And like I'm ostensibly like literally an evil overlord, but also I'm still a good guy inside.
Yeah, it's kind of funny. Yeah.
Yeah, Overlord's pretty cool. I'd check it out.
There's marshmallow
there's
inside.
Spin-offs and things here for that. And then Pandora Hearts, which I definitely watched some of that with you. Maybe all of it, I'm not sure.
I don't doesn't sound.
They took Alice in Wonderland and turned it into like a shonen battle show. But it's not like 1-to-1. So there's like Cheshire Cat is a thing in this, but it's not like literally the Cheshire Cat from Alice in Wonderland. Mm-hmm. And so that's like how it is with all the characters. Like all the characters are like something from Alice in Wonderland, but kind of like remixed into like this shonen show.
Okay.
This got like very poor one season treatment. The manga went on. I'd check out the manga, it's really cool. The show is really just gonna like get your toes wet for the manga. Are you getting sleepy?
I'm getting very sleepy. How much do we have left?
Probably not as much as it seems, because a lot of it is like Pokemon, Yu-Gi-Oh, like big chunks.
Okay.
So I think if you can power through, we can get through everything.
Yeah. I am getting sleepy though.
Yeah. Try to just like pinch yourself and sit up.
Yeah.
You're really falling back. Your avatar is just like dead.
I laid my head back, yeah.
Parasite, again, I don't know if you saw all of it, but we watched I think some of that.
Yeah, I remember Parasite.
Parasite's a really cool one.
It's very different than anything else.
Okay, here. So we'll detour and look at your pick, sweet. So mom can see him. So
yeah.
In Meat Space, this is very blue, but here's like a bunch of posters that Sweet has. Here is if my mouse clicked, here's a shelf with like some manga. A fucking framed picture of Sasuke. And then the Naruto rug.
Oh, cute, a ramen one.
Yeah.
Love
yeah, those
it.
are cute, sweet.
Very cute.
Parasite's cool though. Parasite is like aliens show up and they like take over people's heads and turn it into like shape-shifting monsters, but then one of them fucks up and gets a dude's arm instead. So then they like buddy up. Oh, you painted the Sasuke. You did a good job, because I couldn't tell from a distance that that's not just like
Wow.
a still from the show or something.
Wow.
God, why is my mouse lagging hard? There. Okay. Yeah, so Parasite's really cool. Check it out. I don't think this made it into the show, but there's a panel in the manga where the alien in his arm is fucking with him, and he's like horny for a girl, so he turns his arm into like a giant penis. Yeah.
Yeah, it's clearly not.
Nothing happens, but it's just funny. And then Persona. The Persona anime adaptations are mostly very lackluster compared to the games, but Persona's really cool. I would say play Persona first. If for some reason you don't, or like JRPGs aren't your thing, then watch these. I think 3 in particular is good. 4 and 5, I feel like were more lackluster. Because like the anime cuts out a lot of the fights, so you get like cool character stuff, but it kind of like loses some of the oomph without the battling aspect. Whereas like 3 has like such powerful vibes that it still works with less fighting, if that makes sense. And we have watched those, I think.
Yeah.
I think we watched all of those together.
I think so too. I enjoyed those
3,
very
4,
much.
and
And I
5.
very much enjoyed watching you play it as well.
Afro, welcome. Yeah, I'm currently going through, it's Annie list, not my anime list, but I'm just going through my list, and some of the stuff my mom has watched with me, so I'm kind of building a list for her as we're going through here, and then we're just talking with chat.
Yeah.
But welcome. Yeah, and Persona has fucking awesome music.
Persona does have awesome music.
They're all really different.
And I am very sleepy.
Yeah.
Just
hang on a little bit longer.
Well, partly my neck is tired, so I keep leaning back on the couch.
Yeah.
But yeah, then my eyes have been doing a lot of this.
Yeah, like the music 5 is like jazzy, 4 is kind of like upbeat, 3 is like, I'll say urban, because like some of it is rap, but some of it isn't.
Yeah.
I don't know how to describe 3.
Its own style.
But it's all really cool.
Yep.
After that, there is a whole shit ton of Pokemon, which we talked about before, so I will just gloss over this now to keep moving.
I do love
But Pokemon's great. Despite my complaints, I still love the anime. I wish they'd do like a more kind of intense shonen-y one to complement what we currently have. But I've also really enjoyed that they've been doing more just like kind of little bitty anime projects in addition to the main one recently. Then there's Ponyo. Did you watch Ponyo?
Ponyo.
The little fish girl?
I don't know. know.
I think we
I
did.
recognize Ponyo. I just don't know if I've ever seen the whole thing.
I'm pretty sure you have.
Okay.
I want to say yes. Ponyo's cute. I love Ponyo. And then Pop Team Epic, which you didn't watch. I think I watched that with Kiki. Pop Team Epic's weird. It's like fucking...
I remember
It's like internet
episodes.
shitpost memes as like an anime.
I watched
It's
several
also by a
episodes.
French guy.
Yes.
Yeah.
I very much enjoyed that because of the French guy.
Yeah.
I watched a bunch of it.
Okay. And then Princess Mononoke. That I know you've watched. That's another Ghibli classic.
Yep.
Promare.
Promare.
Yeah, I still don't know how to say that. Mo and Cass probably know because they are hardcore wet for that movie. Yeah, that's by Trigger as well, so it's gorgeous. The colors in that are like super vibrant. It's about like a himbo firefighter fighting like a femboy pseudo terrorist, but then they make up and turns out that other people were bad. Princess Mononoke was your favorite? How do I pitch that? Princess Mononoke, the plot is like there's like a town of like feudal era people that are like maybe destroying the environment a bit, and then the titular princess is like living with like wolves and animals in the forest and stuff, and like reconciles with like one of the boys from the town, and everybody learns a little bit about the other side, something like that. Psychopaths.
Yeah.
That one's really cool. That's another
one's
good,
good,
like, if you don't watch anime, you'd still like this kind of thing.
Yeah.
The premise is really interesting. It's like, this is in the future, and they, like, scan you preemptively for crime. So, like, if you are likely to commit a crime, or literally, if your mental state just gets bad and deteriorates, they fucking, like, jail you and stuff. Because you're, like, a potential menace to society.
Right, waiting to happen.
The original, like, Psychopaths 1, the first season, the first 22 episodes, was really solid. Then they started, like, jumping around more and it got more confusing. But I still enjoyed it afterwards.
Yeah, it did get more confusing.
Yeah. So there's a few, like, entries and movies and stuff there. Then there's Madoka. Which is a very normal, cute, magical girl anime. There's nothing strange about it at all. Watch it. And you have watched that.
Yeah.
And you've also watched Radiant. And we really like that. Radiant is another
I like
French anime manga.
Oh, is it?
Yep.
I did not
Yep,
know.
that's why the manga comes out in weird batches, and the anime, I think, had a decent gap between 1 and 2.
Okay.
There's a fucking raccoon dragon. It's the cutest thing ever.
Mm-hmm.
In season 2. Radiance is another, and you can tell all of the French stuff fucking deals with classism because they have so much classism there. Black Clover deals with that because that's also French. Radiant deals with that because it's French. The, like, magic people in Radiant are, like, they're, like, tainted by, like, these monsters, and so they're, like, second-class citizens to the world. But it's really good. It's kind of a newer one, but it's fun. And the characters are pretty cool and bombastic. And I just like anything with magic in it.
Yeah.
After that is ReZero.
ReZero, I love that.
Which is an isekai where he has, like, every time he dies, he just comes back.
Yeah.
At, like, a checkpoint.
Yeah.
And the checkpoint, like, eventually changes over time.
Like in the game.
Yeah. ReZero's pretty good. Kind of harem-y too. Like, actually very
And
harem-y.
what lies? What were we lying about?
The Madoka thing.
Oh, the Madoka thing.
About how it's just a very nice
sweet magic girl anime.
Yeah.
So cute. So innocent.
Yep. And then Reborn.
Reborn. Oh.
Reborn was one that we watched in high school.
Reborn. I really love Reborn.
It's about a mafia baby.
Mm-hmm.
He's not actually a baby, but he, like, became a baby. So he's, like, a hitman who became a baby.
Yeah.
And then he, like, acts as like a mentor to the main character Suna. And then like there's all these other characters with powers, and essentially it's like a mob family, but they're like they don't really do mob stuff. Yeah. Like the kids don't, at least.
Yeah.
The anime ended early. The manga continued. I really like it.
Probably read the manga.
Yeah. The manga is Katekyo Hitman Reborn. I don't know what the fuck Katekyo means.
Come on, Japanese boy.
Well, but anyway, so yeah, look it up. Muffin knows Chatsu. His little hello that he would say.
Oh yeah.
I feel like I don't know anyone else who knows this, Muffin, so that's cool that you do.
Yeah. Oh, I love that show.
I mean, it was in fucking like Shonen Jump and stuff, so it's not like this is underground or anything, but between it being not like A-list and now a little bit older, it just doesn't get talked about as much.
Yeah.
Then there's Redline, which is that one racing movie that we watched like not too long ago. Mike recommended it. It was like a very over-the-top space race. It kind of had like Cowboy Bebop vibes.
Yes, I remember it now.
Yeah. That's, you know, if you like racing stuff, you'd like that.
Yep.
Otherwise,
Mike recommended
like
that one.
High octane stuff.
My brother from another mother.
The bomb guy was so gay for Suna. Yeah, Gokudera. He was very gay for Suna. That Reborn's kind of like Jojo, where like the power set changes dramatically partway through. Like they start out with like very basic powers. Some of them don't even have powers. Like Gokudera just has dynamite, and then eventually they all have like magic powers and stuff. Sanya of Taga the Evil. I think I started out with you and Kiki, and then
I remember that one.
I finished that on my own. I didn't care for it. That's like the worst offender of isekai ditching the original persona.
Okay.
It's a dude who gets reincarnated as a little girl in like alternate World War II Germany.
Yeah.
But they just ditch the isekai thing, and then it's just like a violent little girl like doing magic World War II. It's not that interesting. I wouldn't recommend it. But the next one, School Babysitters.
Yeah, I like that one.
Is really cute.
Yeah.
I think we had finished something and we're just looking for something new, and I was like, "Hey, it's the Yoon anime. We should watch the Yoon Baby anime."
Yeah.
He hasn't fucking watched the show, by the way.
Are you serious?
Yeah, he just liked the look.
Oh my god.
I know, so I gave him shit for that. I assume he still hasn't.
I'm gonna give him crap about that.
It's only 13 episodes
Literally
with the OVA.
Watched the show, and every time I watched it, I'm like, oh, there's you.
Yeah, there's no reason not to. It's so cute. Yeah, it's so cute.
It's very cute, and no lies. It's very cute.
It's incredibly wholesome.
Yep.
It makes you like want kids even if you don't want kids.
Yeah, it's very, very sweet. The kids are just adorable. Not that they're not bratty at times, but they just touch your heart.
They're characterized well because they are kids and they behave like kids, but they're also all very genuine
loving
and sweet.
Yeah, so loving. And when the kids just show their love for somebody, your heart just melts. It's very, very wholesome.
Yeah. Next one is Shimonetta, boring world where the concept of dirty jokes doesn't exist. I watched this with you and Danny. Kiki might have been around for some of it.
Me and Danny?
Yeah.
I don't remember this.
This is the one where society...
Was this the last time Danny visited?
This was like years ago. I think this was like when I was home from college one time. Like nobody is horny in this world. It was like out, like it was
like 69.
Kind of. It was like like the government, at least the Japanese government, like outlawed like porn and like made societal rules against horniness and stuff like
totally
like
50
years ago or something. And so now in modern day, like nobody knows what like porn is and stuff. And so then there's like this girl who kind of kickstarts everything, and they're basically like horny terrorists.
Yeah.
Like they fucking like drop panties and porn from the sky and stuff like that. It's really funny. There's like a presentation that they do to like the school, like they hijack something in like the first episode, and it's just like all of these different shots of like a volcano exploding and a train going through a tunnel and probably something with Godzilla, like all these euphemisms for sex, and I was just laughing my ass off at that part. I remember it was I had a really good time watching the show. It was really funny.
It's funny. Yeah, totally. You have to watch the School Babysitters one. You will love it.
Need to watch Big Time. Oh yeah, right.
Yeah.
Honestly, for completely opposite reasons, y'all need to watch School Babysitters and Shimonetta.
Yeah.
Because Muffin is absolutely right. Horny jail. That's the premise of the show. Horny jail and horny terrorists. And then after that is Skate the Infinity,
I
which
like
is also
that.
pretty recent. That's like
Very much.
technically another sports anime that I really enjoyed.
Yep.
It's pretty gay. There's like
It's very gay.
there's like a lot of like
Without
kind of alluded to gay stuff,
Yeah.
and then there's also just like actual
gay stuff.
previous gay relationships. Like they're not currently in one anymore. You guys might have seen some of this on TikTok. Like there's a line that the main dude says that got dubbed as like "What's up, my bitches and bros and non-binary hoes," and so that's the sound that people use a lot.
Yeah.
But it's really cool. It has really good vibes, nice like butt rock music. And it's very colorful too, and I like that. The one after that, I think I just watched by myself.
Yeah.
Facebook Bookseller Honda-san. It's a skeleton who sells books. Everyone had like a weird thing on their head. So someone's like a jack-o'-lantern, someone's a skeleton, someone's like a statue, someone wears a paper bag. It's just kind of there. It's a little goofy. There's some funny bits where like, again, I think I found this off of TikTok. Like someone's like, "Hi, I'm trying to buy this for my son," and it's just like hardcore yaoi. Weirdo for going for Langa. Which one's Langa? I don't remember. I don't know. Reki's the cutest. He just is like Soma. The blue guy is kind of okay. Joe and Cherry are okay. Wait, Langa's the main guy, right? The blue guy from Canada? The deuteragonist? I feel like I remember Reki just... Yeah, okay, Langa's the blue one. Because I just remember him
You don't like Langa?
wailing his name. No, I think M likes him, but M's saying that like it's weird to go for him. I don't think it's weird. I think like if you go for the insane clown posse guy, that's weird. Everyone else is fine. Maybe not the cat guy if you're over 18 because he's a child.
Yeah.
My mom and I both said like if he were older and not 12, he'd probably be very cute.
Yes.
But he's very 12.
He's very 12. Yeah.
Oh, Adam was a weirdo for going for him. Well,
Adam's weird.
Adam's yeah.
Yeah.
There's some Sonic anime on here. They're fine. If you like Sonic, watch them. If you don't. Sorcerer Stabber Orphan, which we watched season 1 of, and then I got bored of season 2.
Okay.
It's like an old anime from like the 90s or something that they just rebooted. I don't know. There isn't a great hook. Like there's magic and stuff, but it's like not that interesting. The characters aren't that interesting. And then Soul Eater, which I think you saw most of, if not all of. Soul Eater is really good. If you haven't read the manga, read the manga because they finished the storyline.
I think it's been a while since we watched Soul
That was
Eater.
like in high school, yeah.
Yeah. So I don't have
People-
vaguely remember it, but I don't.
People turn into weapons and pair up with a partner and fight witches and stuff.
Yeah, I liked that.
Mama did like a cool acrylic painted hoodie for me or something.
Yeah.
Where one of the characters, Medusa, who's a witch, has like this cool snake pattern on like her robe, and so we put that on a jacket.
Cool hoodie. I'm very
and
proud
I wore a jacket on a hoodie.
You wore it
and I wore that hoodie
pieces.
like religiously for like a couple years until it just like fell apart.
Yeah.
And then there's Soul Eater Not, which is like the like underclassmen slice of life version. We also watched that together.
Yeah.
The opening for that is really cute. I like it a lot. Otherwise, it's if you like slice of life or if you like Soul Eater, that's the sell. Space Dandy, I haven't watched that with you, but it's Danny sex bang in space. And he goes to...
Is it really Danny sex bang?
It's Danny sex bang in space with like a stoner like cat sloth ferret thing as his buddy, and then a third buddy that's like a little R2D2 like trash can robot.
I forget what that hairstyle is called when they've
Pompadour.
got. Okay. In France, when I was in France in college, they called that la banane banana.
Oh yeah, sure.
They called it la banane.
Hi, Daddy Kelk. Yeah, Space Dandy. They literally go to Space Hooters. It's just called Boobies.
Well, that's a good name.
It's such a fun show. I wish they would do more of it. Space Dandy is great. Like it's totally an under the radar, underrated show, but it's like high tier for me. Very, very horny and comedic. So, that's like the secret Joe recommendation that you probably have never heard of.
Oh my gosh, I'm gonna have to watch that just because
Danny Sex Bang in Space, yeah.
Yeah.
How's it going in here? We are having fun chatting about anime.
Yeah.
Mama's getting tired, but we're getting close to the end of my list.
Yeah, but then I woke up again when we started talking about some animes that I really loved, and that woke me up.
Wait, no, why are do the sound effects not work right now? I should have that on.
Oh, it seems like every time we do it just chatting, they don't work.
It's because it's on like different scenes, but I can see. Let me put this in studio mode and see what I'm missing. Twitch alerts. Oh yeah, maybe I do have the sound redeem source missing. Let me fix that, Muffin. I will refund you. Didn't want settings. Let me paste that in here. Okay, Muffin, go ahead and try that again. And in the meantime, I will give you 500 back. But yeah, we're just having fun chatting, Kelk.
Yeah.
How was work today? Hopefully a little bit less busy. There we go.
Yeah.
Nice one.
Really appropriate for tonight.
All right, let's see if I can spell your name right. 1, 2, 3, 4 M's. Okay, there we go. Awesome.
Muffin.
Yeah. Okay, and then Spirited Away, another great Ghibli movie.
Yep.
I feel like that's one of the more popular ones, so you'll probably know that.
Yeah.
Less busy, that's good. Calc, do you have a favorite anime? Tell us about it. Actually, I don't know that I ever really specifically asked that, but if y'all have like your favorite anime they just want to tell me about, do that.
Yeah, Crimson, it's just at exclamation point.
Points.
Point.
Yep. So below me now we have points and redeems. Points just tells you the value now. Redeems gives you the whole list of what you can spend it on.
Another excellent choice.
Yeah. So yeah, Spirited Away is good. You should watch it. A girl just has to deal with like otherworldly stuff at like an inn. And then Star Driver.
I like that too.
Yeah, Star Driver is another like mech one that I think you can enjoy if you don't like mechs. Has some great music, cool vibes, cute boys. It's like this dude transfers to like a school on an island, and then secretly everybody's like in a fucking evil society where they like are doing robot stuff. I don't remember why exactly.
Yeah, that was really good. And the music.
I feel like that's. I think we watched that mostly in a weekend as well.
Probably, and I could never remember what it was. And I'm like, you remember that anime? And I used to know the songs, but I could sing all the lyrics.
Yeah, one. The first one is by, and again, I don't know how to say this. Either Aqua Times or Aqua Time, like Time is with a Z. Who did the 6th opening for Bleach that I really like. They did the first opening for that, and then the second opening is by some girl group that I've never heard of elsewhere, but it's also like really fucking catchy.
Yeah, the music was good.
So I maybe tonight or tomorrow or whenever I get to it, I might just fucking like pull some highlight openings out of here and share them in music.
Yeah, that'd be fun.
And y'all should do the same. Calc, is Laputa just Castle in the Sky? Because that's what came up when I searched that. And Full Metal Alchemist, for sure.
Yep.
Yeah. After Star Driver is Summer Wars. I think you maybe caught part of that, but it's Who is it by? It's by somebody, but it gives me like Digimon R War Game vibes, which I didn't mention that specifically, but the second part of like what we got as the American Digimon movie, where they're fighting Diaboromon in the internet, is like one of my favorite things ever. I'm like super nostalgic for that, and I like the butt rock music. Crimson's top 5: Bleach, Overlord, Naruto, FMA, and One Piece. Solid choices, all those. And then Read or Die, Calc. I don't know that either. Read or Die. An OVA based on the manga of the same name. What is it about? Like a special secret division for the British newspaper or something? That sounds kind of interesting. After Summer Wars is Sword Art Online, which we all like.
Yeah.
People fucking dunk on it, but I really enjoy it.
I enjoyed it. The original was the best.
Yes. I was gonna say, like, although I've continued to enjoy it, objectively it should have stopped after the first arc, just like Hunger Games should have stopped after the first thing. Like, the bottle kind of thing was way better. And then season 2 got into like the weird incest love triangle. Which is weird. His cousin wants to do him, but they were like basically raised as siblings.
Yeah.
It's a spy for US with superpowers. Okay. Yeah, Sword Art's continued to be good. Just not as good as the original, but it's still like a real easy recommend for me. I think there's more on the way. I don't know what it is though.
Okay.
And then they did a spin-off, Gun Gale Online. That was okay.
Yeah.
Watch it if you like it. Tales from Earthsea is I believe it was animated by Ghibli, but it's just like a book that I read in my fantasy lit class in high school, and then I was like, hey, there's a movie of this, we should watch it. Then there's Reincarnated as a Slime, which is another really fun isekai where the protagonist is just super overpowered, and it's kind of sad. You kind of get like the Schadenfreude of like seeing a Karen get put in their place when you see him like put the villains in their place in this.
Yep.
Gun Gale Online was pretty cool as its own spinoff. I liked Kirito's Gun Gale better than the spinoff, but I still enjoyed all of it. And then Ancient Magus Bride.
That's that one too. Ancient Magus Bride.
That's like what is it called? Like Beauty and the Beast syndrome, like hostage syndrome or whatever.
Yeah.
Kind of, except that he like never really kidnaps her. He just like buys her as his wife into like a nice life.
Yeah.
So like kind of what I'm probably gonna do to Aloe someday.
Yeah.
There's like cool fae stuff happening. It's like European fantasy. Cool vibes.
Yeah.
Boy and the Beast. We also watched that together.
Did we?
Yes.
I don't remember it at all.
Yes, that's Stockholm Syndrome. Thank you, Em. That's what I was thinking of. It's like kind of Stockholm Syndrome, but not really. Boy and the Beast was like, I think it's another isekai. I think the boy gets put into fantasy. Maybe not. Maybe it's just always a world with fantasy creatures, but he like trains under this bear dude who's like his surrogate father and mentor.
Maybe I do remember it now.
It's a really sweet movie, so y'all should watch that too.
Was it another one where there were kind of like two worlds with a portal in between?
I want to say yes. You know what? Yes. Yeah. He was in the normal world.
Normal kid with normal
and then
people.
that's how he ended up there, because then he was in this other world with no family.
Yeah, no, I liked that one.
Yeah.
Now that I'm remembering which one it was, yes,
yeah.
I liked that one. The picture just wasn't. It's small enough and it's far enough away that I wasn't completely connected.
Boy and the Beast is the title of my sex tape. Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is, Cal. Give it to that twink.
And you're the Beast.
Thank you, Mom. That was the joke. Devil is a part-timer. We also watched that together.
Yeah, it rings a bell.
That's fairly old, but there's a second season on the way.
Okay.
That's where like alternate world Satan comes to like the normal world, and then he just has to fucking like work at McDonald's to pay the bills. But then, and he's also cute anime twink now.
Yeah, that's okay.
But then he still tries to be all like, "Mwahaha, it's me, the fucking evil lord." But then, he's still fucking working at McDonald's. He kind of mellows out too. Future Diary, Mirai Nikki. That is another great one. I don't know if you watched all that though. You maybe just got bits, but that's the one with like the yandere girl who's like, "I love you so much that I'm gonna kill everybody else and maybe you." It like the premise is like this dude's imaginary friend, who's God, like puts him and a bunch of other people in like this killing game, and then she's like, I don't think she's in the killing game, but she's just like real wet for him, and so then he's just like this little beta bottom boy, and then she's like the reason that he's not dead because she's like killing the other people. It's pretty out there, but it is fun. Girl Yuki guy. Okay, yeah. That was like high school for me too, so it's been a while. And then The Ones Within, we watched that. That's like that's the one that's like off-brand Danganronpa with the alpaca guy.
Oh yeah.
It's fine, but I don't know. There's more plot that needs to happen. Promised Neverland. Season 1 was great. That's another like bottle episode 1 too. Like it was great in the beginning when it was like contained and there was mystery, and then the second season just wasn't as interesting, period. But also they fucking just like glazed over the whole manga basically. So they really did it dirty. I need to like go back and read that at some point. Season 1 at least is a high recommend, but then you're gonna kind of feel bad when the show like peters off. So like, yeah, maybe watch it all the way through, but then go read the manga. Seven Deadly Sins, that's one I've watched without you. It's like Europe-y.
Oh, yes, Daddy.
Oh yeah.
Thanks for that. Oh yes, Daddy. Seven Deadly Sins is like Europe-y knights fighting demons and stuff. Except that like the main dude looks like he's like a teen or something, and then he's like always being horny towards the main girl. Which is like weird, and it gets a little less weird later, but it's still weird.
I've seen some of it, so I must have caught
You've caught
it.
maybe like an odd episode or two, but you haven't watched it with
I haven't watched the
any
whole thing.
normality. Slime Diaries is like a spin-off of Slime, which is kind of fun. So watch it if you like slime. It's slice of life.
Yep.
But it's still good. 7Ds. Oh, Seven Deadly Sins. I thought you fucking meant like Yu-Gi-Oh! For a minute, because they have 5Ds. And I got confused. It's like mid-tier plus for me. It's like okay. It would sometimes be a while between seasons, and I would have a hard time remembering everything. And the wiki for the show is garbage for some reason. Like no one's filled anything out, so I couldn't refresh my memory very easily. We watched The World Ends With You recently, and that was good. Also kind of mid-tier. It wasn't amazing. It's also, it's an anime adaptation of a game, so clearly it's not going to like be the best it could be. Okay, another episode. What is okay, another? Oh, of Food Wars. Yeah, right. Keep enjoying that. It's hard to put down, right?
Yeah, it's very hard to put down.
Tokyo Ghoul was weird. It started out okay, and then it got hard to follow because they skipped over stuff again.
Yeah,
and half the characters looked the same, and I couldn't keep track of who was who.
I like Tokyo Ghoul.
Tower of God, that was another like in the last year or two one that was really cool.
That was good.
That's like that's a manhwa. They're starting to like adapt Korean manga into anime. And this one is still really early on at only 13 episodes, but I'm very excited for more. That's one where I may just like start reading the manga or manhwa at some point. If I can't like hold it in, but I gotta find time because I'm like 200 chapters behind on the stuff that I'm in the middle of.
Yeah.
Then there's some Transformers, which if you like Transformers, go ahead, otherwise you're not missing anything. UQ Holder, like I said, sequel to Negima. The anime gets like little bits of the actual story, but the manga is really cool, so please go and enjoy it. It's pretty horny. which is fun, and there's like cool magic stuff too. Vinland Saga, which is cool Viking stuff. If you like Vikings and violence, you will like that. Although it like mellows out eventually. There's like a no sleeping yet.
I'm not.
We're literally almost done. I think there's like 2 things and it's like Yu-Gi-Oh when we're done.
I'm close, but I'm not.
So Vinland Saga is really good. I can't wait for the 2nd season of that. Mom really like that too.
Oh.
Weathering with You, that was nice. You remember that? That was the movie with the weather. There's like a dude like working
Weathering with You.
for like working scraping money together as like a journalist for this dude or something, and then he like meets this girl and they fall in love and like run away, but she's like not supposed to because she's like a shrine maiden or something, and then there's like this big fucking storm that's gonna like destroy society, but they like
because the shrine maiden ran away
because she's not doing whatever thing she's supposed to do.
God, I don't remember that one.
It's real. It's gorgeous.
Well, yeah, the artwork.
When are we gonna get to the yaoi rankings? I mean, I haven't watched much other than
I haven't watched any, so
yeah. Yarichin Bitch Club, which is literally yaoi, penetration and everything.
Which one is this?
Yarichin Bitch Club. It's like a 2-episode OVA. You haven't seen it. It has the song that you maybe would know from TikTok because that's where I found it originally. Other than that, I haven't really watched like. I mean, you know, bits. Like, I've seen Goblin Cave, I've seen, like, sensitive pornograph and stuff, but it's not, you know, I just fucking skip around. I haven't, like, sat and watched them. So that's not on here. There isn't really much yaoi to track, unfortunately. And have you watched Yarichin Bitch Club? That's naughty. It's explicit content. Season 1 of Yashihime, I talked about that earlier. Your Name, hopefully you remember that one. That's the one where like the boy and girl Freaky Friday and swap bodies and then like fall in love with each other.
That was very cool.
Haven't watched, but I've read it. They find
touching.
The place where I'm tracking it dropped a bunch of chapters recently, so now I have some more to read. What were you saying?
I said it was very touching.
Yeah. You're falling out of frame too. You need to like.
Oh,
you need
sorry.
To, like, center.
I tend to slump as I get tired.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yu Yu Hakusho, that was a cool 90s one, where he like dies and becomes a spirit, kind of like Bleach, and gets like invested in the world of like spirit stuff. Although he like comes back then too, but then he's like doing spirit stuff. So if you like Bleach or if you like older 90s anime, you will like this. And then there's some movies and stuff. And then we're at Yu-Gi-Oh! And if you like Yu-Gi-Oh! You like Yu-Gi-Oh! And if you don't, you don't.
Okay.
It's mostly just all the cards. Little bit of things at the bottom still. There is Zatch Bell, which is one of my personal favorites. I wish that it had gotten all the way through the manga, because literally every arc gets better and better. This one is underrated. I know like Mick and Yoon and some of the guys in Euros know what this is, but largely people don't. It is getting a sequel manga that's cool, but this is also like top tier for me because the relationships with the characters really tug at your heartstrings. Like the characters are amazing and you get to love them so much. But the whole premise of the show is like these demon kids from another world come to Earth to like buddy up and fight, and then they have a spell book and that's how the humans like help them fight, and then when their book gets burned they go back to their own world forever, and they like never see this person that they've just come to like love and become so close with ever again.
Zatch Bell?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. So
I don't want to watch that.
No, it's not like it can get emotional, but it's not like Full Metal Alchemist.
Oh no, mama going down.
It's not like Full Metal Alchemist where you just get depressed. It's like it's really touching relationships, but some of them come to an end.
Oh, see, that would break my heart.
Who knows though, if the sequel manga, maybe they meet again. I don't know. So that's 99% of this. Then there's like a few that I've paused and dropped. So like I'm waiting for more Stone Ocean,
Well,
Poketoon.
wait. Go back up.
What? Oh, there were Zoids too.
What's Zoids?
Zoids is robot mechs, but it's animals. I don't really need to talk about Zoids even.
Okay.
Waiting on more JoJo Stone Ocean, Poketoon, more of the Mega Sprite OVA.
Yay.
I got partway into season 2 of Magical Index and stopped. We tried one episode of Goku Dolls, which is where
You and I did?
you and I and Kiki. I think
Okay.
this was when Dawson was around too.
Okay.
It's where like mobsters get plastic surgery to become pop idols,
Oh, yeah.
and it just wasn't very interesting.
No.
Banania is like a short little thing.
Yeah.
That I didn't continue with. Daily Lives of High School Boys, kind of funny. Got bored of it. Dragon Quest, got bored of it. Literally all Dragon Quest feels the same to me, I feel like.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I can't understand what my husband is saying. I think one of them is a nerd. Either the girl or the guy, I don't remember. But it's like one nerd and one normal. K-On! Is like music. I should finish that eventually. Lucky Star is Lucky Star. It's kind of prolific. It's just like high school girls memeing around. Monster Musume is horny harem anime with monster girls. Mushishi is like kind of an exorcist guy solving like problems, but it's all like weird little critters, not like big monsters. Rave Master is what came before Fairy Tail, and we tried a couple episodes of that, but we never continued it.
What was it called?
Rave Master. They did a crossover with Fairy Tail once.
Really?
Recorder and Rancel. I think the thing of that is like the brother who's in elementary school looks like a high schooler or something. Like he's just big. Shin-Chan, which is wildly different in the sub and the dub, and I've watched the dub, so that's why it's on here. I watched the dub to completion, but there's still like more. I think it's like still going in Japan. Orphan, like I said, I got bored of. Familiar Zero, yeah, that's one I watched in high school, didn't get all the way through. Never hear people talk about that either. Way the House Husband, we also tried one episode, but it's like a motion comic, so it's not interesting. And then Transformers that I didn't get into. And then the planning I won't go into now, so I think you're basically off the hook. We can wrap up.
Okay. I'll talk to you about planning. I want to watch Yuri.
Yes, Mama really wants to watch Yuri.
Really want, and what's that vampire one? Noblesse.
Yeah.
Those two are on my hot list to watch.
Let me put us back on our full screen. So that's most of it. We're gonna be wrapping up now.
Yeah,
because she's getting sleepy.
Mama, well, it's 11 o'clock. I have to be up in 5 hours.
No, I mean, it's understandable.
6 hours.
I'm not giving you shit. You just are.
Yeah.
So yeah, there's actually a pretty meaty list of things that you've watched here. Can you recommend one? Of course, yeah. As we wrap up, if you guys have any closing remarks, things you want that you think Mama would like or that Mama should watch, it's possible that some of these are on like my planning list and we haven't gotten to them. But definitely share, because you seem to be very cultured. You seem to know a lot of stuff. Snow White with red hair. I don't know that I have heard of that. What's kind of the premise of that? Well, you know what? As we finish up, I'll go back here and I'm just gonna scroll and see like if there's anything that like stands out to me as like, oh yeah, this would be good for Mama. Sword of the Stranger is a good movie. Yuri's good enough but not gay. Yeah, it's gay baiting. I still want to watch it. I want to watch that like with Aloe and Mom, because Aloe will just cry. And he said that again. Black Clover movie, whenever that comes out, obviously. Chainsaw Man. That Mom thinks that's gonna be stupid, but like everyone's so excited for that, so I don't know how you wouldn't.
Convenience store boyfriends.
Where's that? for that on here?
In the first line up from the bottom.
Oh, I don't know what that is. That's just on here.
Yeah.
I think I maybe have the entertainment arc for Demon Slayer marked wrong because that should be finished since we watched that. Unless there's like 2 entries for it. More Dr. Stone eventually. Here, Snow White. Basically, it's this girl born with red hair, but she's gonna be wed off to this one guy. She says fuck that and runs away. Meets a guy with white hair who's friends and saves her. Okay. More Eden Zero. Fairy Tale 100 Years Quest eventually. Oh, this one's kind of yaoi. My childhood friend is a fireman. It's just like firemen taking their shirts off. That's all I know about it. Highly recommend A Reader Day. Only 3 episodes. Obviously, Mama's gotta watch Full Metal. I think she meant like Gintama. I have to watch that eventually. I don't even know what that's about, really. It's just another popular show. More Jujutsu Kaisen.
Oh yeah, I want more of that.
Read or Die. Yeah, that one that you recommended earlier is one of your favorites. I would just assume if anyone's marketing something as their favorite that it would be worth watching. There's a funny Marvel anime. I think that's crazy. I don't think you care about that. I just want to watch that at some point.
Oh, I might enjoy it because I know enough about the Marvel universe.
Also, the opening song is good. Yeah, I love a good opening song. Here's Noblesse. Mama wants that.
Oh, look, it's a Sebastian vampire.
Right,
Why would I
yeah.
not?
More Overlord. No Game No Life. Do you like that one? That one I've seen talked up forever, but it doesn't really stand out to me. But it's on the list. It's just that the list is big. As you can see, as I'm just like scrolling through this casually, like all of these fucking things.
So No Game No Life, is that a gay one?
No.
He said this one gay. Oh, but then M said No Game No Life. What one is?
Yeah, Calc. What gay thing you're talking about?
What this one is gay?
There's some Ghibli things in here. Tiger and Bunny, I know, is like kind of gay, or at least gay baity, so we might like that.
Tiger and Bunny?
Yeah,
Where's
it's
that?
like superheroes. It has nothing to do with tigers or bunnies.
Oh.
Yes, even though the relationship between the siblings is weird, I still like it. I know that they're a thing. I don't know like what their relationship is. Vinland Saga 2 coming on the way. I think you'd really like Your Lie in April. That's about like kids playing music, and there's like some drama and emotional stuff. The opening is really good. And then that's down to the end. Okay. Yeah, so not a ton in my list that we haven't watched yet that I think she really needs to, other than just like, new seasons of stuff that's not out yet. Okay, well, I know you're tired as fuck. Do you want to sign off?
I'm tired.
Any closing remarks for the chatters?
I'm too tired to even come up with a close.
Well, sometime soon I will put this together for you, get you set up with it so that you can.
Yeah, but I
update it as
also
we watch
want to.
things.
Yeah, I do want to get more into. I do want to get into more regular watching of some anime.
Yeah, it's we haven't been watching as much lately because I'm just like barely like head above water with everything going on in my life between work and streaming.
Well,
and
both of us.
That
nights when you're available, I'm working till 10 o'clock. So there's that. We just haven't been matching up a whole lot.
Yeah. Thanks for hanging out and chatting with us, guys.
Yeah, I really enjoy it, and I like hearing everybody else's reactions to anime. And recommendations, and something we can all share together.
I know we'll do more fan fiction at some point. Other than that, I don't have specific plans for another Just Chatting stream, but I'm gonna try to do these like every so often.
Yeah.
Because it's now that I've kind of broken the seal, it's nice to like do that and chat with you guys about stuff.
Yeah.
And y'all can feel free to yell things at me if you think that there is a thing that we should do a Just Chatting stream about.
Or throw it in Discord if you're thinking of it when it's.
That's what I mean. Yeah, like yell at me
yeah.
in Discord with things that you want to do.
There you go, Em.
Yeah, totally. If anyone ever feels inspired, I will for sure get to your fan fiction eventually. Because I don't know when my next one is going to be. I think we might do some for Aloe's anniversary coming up in like half a month.
Yeah.
But like I maybe even as a regular thing, I want to do fan fiction. Like I think it would be funny to just like go on Google and find like Sonic or Smash Bros or whatever fan fiction that people have written and just like read that out like as a group.
Real fan fiction.
We haven't done Jackbox in a long time, but I do want to do that again.
Yes.
Jackbox, it's like, I don't know, because like not having number pull, I feel like it's hard to organize some of those multiplayer games. But maybe I just need to do it like long enough ahead of time
that we can arrange
it and have you guys like
there.
RSVP or something.
Yep.
So that I can, like with Among Us too.
And we could do Mount Your Friends because a couple of people said they have to play that game.
Hero wanted to play that.
To play that. Yep. So that would be Mount Your Friends.
But and just Jackbox isn't just chatting, but in general, you guys are always welcome to be like, hey, I really would like it if we would do this. Yeah. And then the more of you that yell at me about that, and the better I plan ahead of time, the more successful that'll be.
Yeah. I think that's a good idea.
So again, thank you everybody. Let me figure out who we're gonna raid. Park is still on, so let's go.
Park is still on. What time did he start?
Like midday.
Oh my god.
Well, he's going to go home. Like Cody, I think, is picking him up tomorrow, and they're gonna like have some family time. So he's gonna be ringless for a couple days. So he's trying to get in the hours.
I gotcha.
So we'll head over there because I'm probably gonna get some food and watch something. But then I'll like after that, then I might pop back into Parks if he's still going.
Yeah. There's
and, like,
a lot of food left. I know what I'm having for lunch tomorrow.
Yeah, I'm good and hungry now.
Good, because there's lots of yummy food. It really came out yummy. You'll love, like I told you, the vegetable ones have ginger in there with the vegetables, and I'm gonna buy more of those next time too, because I just love them.
Yeah, so everybody, let's go say hi to Park. Tell him, I don't know, there's a lot of things to tell him. Tell him he's a bottom. Tell him he needs proper groceries.
Tell him he's small.
Tell him he's small. Tell him he's a twink. Any of that stuff. Just busted his balls a little bit. All right, night y'all. See you over there.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
I gotta stay long enough to say hello to Park.